Hello and welcome to the ChinWag Podcast. A new episode today, Nights Out, that's what we're about. Let's introduce ourselves.
So, I'm Luke.
Matt.
I'm Tom.
Joe.
I'm Tommy.
Yes, we've got new special guests. Well, Joe's been on the podcast before.
I have.
Joe, and we've got a new special guest, Tommy. How are you doing today, Tommy?
I never thought I'd see the day where I'm on ChinWag.
Really?
But
He's our number one hater.
Number one fan, if anything.
Yeah, he's motivating you.
Yeah, exactly. He's pushing us to new boundaries in the podcast area.
I mean, quite literally at the moment in terms of podcasting areas.
This is innovation, this is what this is. We're in a tent right now.
Our setup is insane today, because you might hear halfway through the podcast that it starts raining and thunderstorms, which will add to the further ASMR experience.
It's also worrying considering I'm sitting slightly outside the tent.
We set that up purposely, I think.
So what we're going to do is, Tom, you just
shuffle in slightly forward if
slightly
I start
forward,
to get wet.
and we'll
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about nights out today, more specifically like our past experience with nights out, what we think about nights out, and our most ideal night out, what we want to do for a night out.
Yeah.
You want a kebab or whatever.
I was literally about to say,
Oh,
highlight of
kebab.
any night out, in
It's
my
the millennium
opinion, is the
kebab.
kebab on the way home.
Yeah, so in uni, Joe, how many nights out do you go on a week?
Well, see, it's varied, you see. In the first year, probably quite a few. I don't know, twice, maybe three times a night. Three times a week. I go on nights out,
So you go back home and then you go out again.
Yeah. No, because obviously I was living on campus and they've got, a club, a room, or rooms. We've got a club on campus.
Is that an SU?
That's crazy,
An
isn't
SU?
it?
Yeah. So that one's an easy one. You can just go there for however long, either go to the bar or whatever. But yeah, probably that. But this year, it gets a bit more serious. For me, it's 50% of my degree. Big
year's
year.
50. Oh, that's mental.
Yeah,
That's quite
it goes 0, 50, 0, 50.
That's
so
crazy.
It's kind of mad.
Afterwards.
Yeah. So, I had to cut down a little bit. Maybe,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's fine.
I'd find myself in the pub more than,
I know. I genuinely,
That's
I
same
think
with me,
that going to the pub is, in my opinion, a better experience than going out on a night out.
It's a lot easier. I think it's a lot easier to chat to people in the pub.
it's the social
it's
thing
more of a
about
vibe.
it. Yeah.
I feel like in a club that you like Prees is where it's out in a club. You get to a club and you all kind of just split off slowly. And
Yeah,
then
I think the
you're
prees
left
can
with
be
one
the
or two
best bit,
people. Easily.
I'd
yeah.
agree with
You're
that,
just
yeah.
Prees is the best
chatting,
thing.
having a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Then you get in the club. Yeah, it's good fun. But if you want to talk to anybody, you have to go outside. You know those winter days.
Yeah.
NB smoking area.
Fingers
'Cause you want a
freezing off.
t-shirt
you're sitting there,
outside and
you've-
it's like
even if
snowing.
you've got a jumper, you were
You're
still
still cold in
feeling
a
that.
jumper, yeah.
It was I don't know, nights out a few days before Christmas.
All the benches have got are all taken with the
Oh my
headlamps, and
God.
you're just left.
And
with
you're
them.
those
there
heat
with
lamps, yeah.
you got your jumper, your hoodie, whatever you've got on. You're still cold.
So, for the viewers at home, what is NBs?
MVs.
Tommy, can you describe what MBs is?
Can we all give us a brief description of what MVs is?
God,
It's an experience.
So go on,
MBs,
Tom.
there's 50p shots,
Yeah.
and that is the only reason you should go there.
To be fair, if you want a crowded dance floor, you want that to feel like you know when people want to feel
I'd
involved.
say the reason
and you get the full
dance floor
experience.
is so crowded is because it's only very small.
Yeah, perhaps, but if you want that kind of experience, MB's is a place to go.
Lovely fish tanks, if you...
Yeah?
Yeah,
They actually have fish in those
I'm not really
fish
sure
tanks.
I
about
thought they had
that
piranhas
design.
in them, didn't they?
They've
Piranhas.
got
I swear they had
What?
piranhas in the fish tanks. Tommy, can you back me up on this?
Can you-
No, he's
can you
shaking his head,
confirm?
looking at me like I'm a complete
Everybody
idiot.
really wants to back you.
I feel like you've told a girl in MBs that the piranhas in there. Yeah. And she's been
Yeah.
like, whoa.
Good
Mental.
conversation start.
Yeah, literally, yeah. I think to me, MBs is dirt cheap drinks in a really shitty atmosphere, which has a big smoking area. But the smoking area is as big as the club.
Yeah, no,
And
to be
I
fair-
love MBs because it's so cheap, and that's the
Yeah.
only reason I can vouch
The
for
smoking area is also a big appeal, just because.
Yeah,
of
but the thing about it
size of
is that
Stink at the end.
yeah, you stink by the end of it,
you
but
do.
just if you want a bit of air.
it. If you've gone on a night out and you don't stink by the end of it, you've done something wrong.
Yeah, but the thing about it is that NBs, obviously, in my personal opinion, NBs is a really good nightclub because
It's a unique. I've never been to a club like MBs. I feel
Yeah,
like
no, I can agree
Northampton
with
in
that.
general is
Yeah.
a unique
Northampton
experience.
night out is unique.
Yeah.
I'd
It
say
is.
that.
It really is.
You can say, "Oh, I've been on a better night out." Like I've been bigger clubs. I've been to Birmingham Prism, big club.
Yeah.
But there's something about Northampton night out. I don't know. It's just different.
It
You
is
always
different.
recognise people in NBs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best thing about it. You
it's
know
a
everyone.
hometown night out, isn't it? It's, I
You
guess
see-
like everyone from
It's
different places
memorable.
would say
It's
that about their
it's
own club.
special. It's a special night.
Yeah, it's probably all of our first big nights out.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
was it what results day?
I
Back in
love
the
that
days, or
night.
unless people went out before.
I-
then.
Way
I
before
went out
that.
before.
Yeah, no, for me it was.
Was it
And-
actually for results day?
Yeah, what was it, 16th of August or something?
Results day. I got home at 4, and I had to fly the next hour we were leaving to fly. So I got home at 4, and at 5 my parents woke me up
That's rough.
to get on a plane.
Yeah.
And then that made me even more hungover because on a plane apparently you get drunker more on a plane. So I just felt awful. I was just like, I don't want to be here.
Oh dear.
It was bad. Results day was a good night though. But I think
That results day was the first night I've actually had a proper hangover.
It was a big night to be
Because
fair.
we were there because they were handing out 3 bottles of champagne.
Oh, it was the
And
first.
somebody-
few-
I missed that.
No, that was annoying because it was like the first lot in, and you know, back when this was like my first time, and the first few times I'd go out as something like I'd be in the queue at like 11 o'clock, maybe 10:30. Like
Yeah.
nobody does that now, right?
No.
Oh,
But like at the start, you would.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
thought if I go there that time, and I've seen about on Facebook that they had these free champagne, and I thought, yeah,
Get
you know,
all the
I'd get in
free
the queue
champagne early
early.
on, yeah.
I was in that queue for like an hour and a half.
But no, I think results day
Busiest night.
we went early because we left Spoons early.
We left Spoons because we couldn't get a seat.
And then when we heard about the queue outside, and I
Yeah.
just poked my head through, and I was like, "Oh, that's
And
going
it's just
far."
one of the things you have to brave, you know.
Yeah.
You have to dedicate
Oh,
it.
shit.
Dedicate to it on
People
the
were in
spot.
that queue for like 2 hours, I think.
Yeah.
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 Longer for
And that
some
wouldn't
people.
surprise me.
Yeah.
Was that the night we got force-fed a load of Ciroc?
I think
I
it
don't
might
know.
have been.
So basically, there was this girl in a club, and she was just with a bottle of Ciroc.
She got a bottle. She got
It-
bottle
It
service.
still had the end bit on it, you know, with the drinks pourer.
Pourer.
The
Yeah.
pourer.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Pourer,
she
for the
must have
units.
stole it from behind the.
Definitely.
I don't
stole
know.
it.
I don't know.
Well, let's be honest.
She
Right?
just
If
gave it
somebody's
to
going
us
to
to
sneak
drink.
a bottle into a club, it's not going to have like the little.
Yeah,
the
no,
bit on the
yeah,
end
yeah,
for the
exactly.
shots,
If you're
is
given,
it?
if you're given, yeah, but because they do bottle service of Ciroc in there, so she might have actually
But they
been
surely
given
don't
it
give
you
to
a
do
pourer on the
measures.
end
If
of
you're
it.
if you're if
To
you've got it
stop you from
between
drinking it
Yeah.
straight down.
Have you ever stolen a drink from a club or a restaurant bar, Tommy?
If you work there, maybe.
Well, there is different.
Does it also count being kicked out of Weatherspoons for pouring a hip flask into your own drinks, Tommy? How does that count?
Oh, I've not heard of it. This is new.
Well, briefly with MBs, life hack, say it's your birthday, you get a free shot.
Do you actually?
You do.
Really?
It's like a strawberry liqueur.
But can't
Oh,
they can
great.
ask for ID, can't they?
yeah, they could just
Well, they haven't done, so I've
Really?
always managed. But
Yeah, but you
Every
get
day's
ID at
my
the door,
birthday.
don't you?
every day.
Oh dear.
I think
and they have to scan your IDs as well. But I think that's a very regular, usual thing.
So what is this story about you and the free drink or the what was it? The pouring the hip flask at Spoons.
I was on a social, and I don't remember what social it was. I think it was a surfing one.
One of
actually.
those nights, he doesn't even remember.
But I went on a surfing social, and we just like everyone likes spoons, but I think it's really boring.
Right.
So we all decided to
Controversial.
bring our own pictures. It's a bit plain, like they're all the same in the country.
Yeah,
So we
yeah, no, I
decided-
agree with
Yeah, I
that.
feel
Yeah.
that.
We all brought a pit, like not. We all got like hip flasks and put like whatever in it. So then when we bought pictures, we could add things to them.
Yeah.
But
To be fair, I think the pictures are great, but they're too much mixer to alcohol ratio, so they make you need to
Yeah.
pee more than they actually get you drunk.
Too much mixer to alcohol.
Yeah, yeah.
But the thing
That's
is,
what shots are for,
you get
though.
used to making your own pictures in prees,
Yeah, exactly.
which are a ridiculous ratio.
One of-
Exactly.
one
so
of-
your
one
ratios
of
are
my
ridiculous
mates-
to preach,
one
and
of
then
my
when you get
mates-
to spoons, they feel just watered down.
One of my mates used to make reverse Jaeger bombs.
That's crazy. That is.
So you put your head back, and then they tilt it. They pour in the energy drinks.
Yeah.
Because everybody had one of those boxes from Freshers with like a boost in or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, when they gave all the free stuff
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
So everybody bought those. You put your head back. They poured like what should have been Jägermeister in there, and then he just had like a massive bottle of Jägermeister, and he just poured in like.
So
what
it was double
equivalent-
Jägermeister.
So it was
Yeah.
more Jaeger than it was.
Yeah.
Energy
so you
drink,
you have
yeah.
the energy drink and you have Jaeger. And normally you have a tiny amount of Jaeger and Jägermeister and a lot of energy drink, and then they just swap the quantities
To be
around
fair,
and you just do it straight.
Have you ever
sometimes.
had a dodgy Jaeger bomb from a club? Because
No, when
What
they
is
use
that? What
fake
does a dodgy
Jaeger.
Jaeger
No,
bomb
I'll
mean?
describe it. It just I was on a night out with 2 people from Northampton who I'll leave unnamed.
Okay.
We're in
I feel-
Leamington. We're in Leamington. My usual guys.
okay.
They know who they are.
Yeah.
And they came to visit me, and we went to a club called Neon. It's a nice place, one of my favourite clubs. I thought, oh yeah, we'll get some Jaeger bombs. We'd had pre-drinks, whatever. And we literally went like this. And one of the named people you know, one of the unnamed people. Sorry, he had it, couldn't finish it all,
Really?
and then threw up in his mouth
Oh God.
because it was that. So I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was
strong as
It was just. It might have been just straight Jaeger. I don't even know. Like it was different. I tell you, you could feel it, but yeah.
There's a bar in Manchester which is uni owned. It's called Squirrels, and they do. It's fake Jaeger, but they do £5 for 4 Jaeger bombs.
That's good price.
Yeah.
That
which
is.
is when you
Wait,
compare it to
£5
some
for
clubs.
£4?
Yeah, no, four for £5. I said
gonna
that
say,
incorrectly, the wrong way around.
That's crazy.
But yeah, one of my mates had it. He had, I think it was like 24 one night, almost going on 30.
Just
Oh, it's just because it's
It's
so cheap.
over for
So it was just like fair
crazy.
enough.
Thing is, that's the night out in Bangor is so much cheaper than any of your places. I think. Like, on a Tuesday night in Bangor, you can get a pint for £1. Like, you can go to Pound Pint night,
That's not bad.
and you can get, you know,
Pint.
you literally
There's
a pound for a pint.
Wait,
of
is there a
beer.
place called Pound Pint?
It's at Harp Club, which is, everyone in Bangor knows Harp because it is the world's stickiest place. You put your feet on the floor and you have to
What?
peel them off, and you can hear it go every time you take a step. And if you stand in the same place for too long, you get stuck. Like, you have to use like a table.
The
or
thing is,
something
around
to pull
around
your
the
feet off
doors,
floor.
around the doors of NBs, and I think around the doors of a lot of nightclubs, actually, you do get that.
It's a lot worse in Manchester. NB's I didn't think was that bad, but maybe that's just because I spend most of the time
That's the
outside.
thing. Imagine
NB's,
that
not
sticky
inside.
Yeah.
location, but every single place in the club is sticky. You pick up a pool cue to play pool, and it will glue itself to your hand. It's incredibly
That's not
sticky. Like,
ideal.
it's so cheap, but everything is so sticky.
I want it so no, because I think we all go to maybe apart from Luke, but we all go to like city or town unis. But
Well,
Yeah.
I still have like, I mean, we have like a Revs, and then you've got like lots of independent nightclubs.
we've got
like
Revs in Keele.
there's
in the village.
in Stoke-on-Trent.
Oh.
So you've sort of,
village of Revs.
so you've
Next
got
to Costa.
so you've effectively got Keele.
It's just got Revs and Costa.
You've got Keele, and then you normally go out into Hanley, which is in. I still don't even know this myself. So
yeah.
you've got like Newcastle under Lyme, and then you've got Stoke-on-Trent, and then there's an area called Hanley, which everybody hypes up.
That's how,
Everybody
yeah.
hypes up Hanley, and then you've got like the actual like the area with like Revs and Kiln and Foyer and stuff.
That's pretty cool.
And
that is.
those are the good nightclubs. I always seem to finish a night out in the Kiln, and it's always a good night.
See, that's the thing with Bangor, because it sounds like you guys have different options of where to go. If you're at uni in Bangor, you have to go out in Bangor. The other option is Liverpool, but that's
No.
like several hours on the train.
In Manchester, you just go out to Manchester.
Yeah, But
Yeah,
that's
but
Manchester,
Manchester's a lot
isn't it?
bigger than Bangor. In Bangor, we've got 2 clubs. We've got a lot of pubs, but a lot of them are locals pubs, so you can't go in if you're a student.
What?
But they're
Well, like there's a ban.
they're Welsh
it's
pubs.
frowned
If
upon.
you speak, if you don't speak,
Frowned upon.
if you
Is it
don't
like
speak Welsh,
you
then
walk
you're
in
not
and
really
everyone
allowed to
turns
go
their
in.
head? It's like this Western saloon.
Literally, but it's if you're speaking, if you walk in and speak English, you're gonna get kicked out.
If you speak English,
Pretty
it's,
much,
it's
yeah.
a whole
No,
nationality thing.
There's
Speak
there's
German.
one of them called, I think it's called the
Problem
Union
solved.
or something like that. And it's opposite where my friend lives, and they went in there once, and it's like a proper locals pub, proper. You know, everyone's very very strict about it being locals. They walked in there for the first time because they literally live 2 minutes away from it.
Yeah.
They walked in there, everyone looked at them, and they like the bartender stared them down, and they just turned around and walked back out again. They didn't even
was
try
that
and get a
intense.
pint.
Maybe that was just like his lazy eye, and they would. Like, he was trying to be friendly, and they just walked away.
Two,
from
yeah,
the
two
table.
lazy eyes that just
Yeah.
happen to line up on him.
It's a sort of place where like the people who go in there who aren't locals go missing.
But is that the same?
Jeez,
So
okay.
can I say where you go to uni, Tom?
Yeah.
Is that the same in Falmouth? Kind of.
It's the same. Like I live above a bar, and it's this. That's definitely a locals bar where you've all seen Hot Fuzz, right?
Yeah.
You know the like guy with a C mine where you just can't tell what he's saying.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
met the owner to give them a sofa for some reason.
To give them a sofa.
I had no idea what he was saying the whole time, but
Good luck catching them killers then.
Wait, so you met this guy to give him a sofa?
well, I live above his bar, so
Okay.
Does
and
he own the house above?
no.
But
We had to get rid of a sofa, and he was the nearest person to ask, like, do you want it? So yeah, we gave him a sofa.
He didn't want it.
So you just walked up to a random guy in a bar and said, "Do you want a sofa?"
They owned
he
the
said
bar
yes.
that we lived above.
Is it
so
right?
they're not
Question for you:
random, I'd say.
living above a bar, is it really, really loud all the time?
No, I like the music. They have open mic nights like on Friday and Saturday, but they're always done by 12, and it adds a bit of atmosphere.
It's pretty cool, actually.
It's nice.
Is it not like annoying any time you want to get to sleep though?
Why would I be asleep before 12 on a Friday or Saturday?
Yeah, but what about on other days?
Oh,
maybe?
weeknights.
Surfing the next day or something.
They're pretty good. I've never had a problem with them. They've
That's
had problems
alright.
with us,
Really?
but
But surely they're a bar. Surely they don't mind if you're being loud.
well, it's not really the noise. It's more we have our balcony where we put our bin bags, and seagulls are over in Cornwall,
Yeah.
and they'll like take down the bin bags, and they're like just bin bags falling onto their bar.
That's like in Bangor. We have these giant seagulls that attack people. It's crazy. Like there was one that was sitting in our garden the other day, and it was as big as a hawk. You know,
They have like gangs and things of seagulls where they actually like go in packs.
that's
and
crazy.
What,
Like
attack
wolves.
as a unit.
They do. They're
Distractions.
very clever.
I quite liked when we went to Falmouth. I liked the vibe there.
It was a nice vibe actually.
Because we
We
did we
didn't
go to one of the only
we
clubs
didn't go
there?
to Club I. I needed to take you to Club I. It's your ancestors, if they've been to Falmouth, would have been to Club I for a night out. It's got a
It's a
carpet.
place.
Yeah.
It's a club with a carpet that's not
Oh.
been changed for a
Club
Oh,
with
damn,
a carpet.
okay.
a dozen
Oh.
decades.
I mean, at least you
You
don't
might-
stick to it.
Imagine.
you step on it, it's like a sponge instead.
Oh, imagine if it wasn't like a sponge, it was pretty crunchy, crispy
Oh, no.
carpet. You know?
Oh, no.
I feel like Falmouth is quite a similar vibe to Bangor because I
I
feel like they're
imagine it
quite
is.
similar sizes.
Yeah, they
It's,
probably are.
yeah,
No,
less,
because Bangor's a city, isn't it?
Bangor's a city, but
Whereas
it's the
Falmouth
smallest.
is more just a coastal town.
No,
It's a
but
little tourist
Falmouth's a big town and Bangor's a tiny city, so I think they're actually quite a similar size.
Mm.
Like Northampton's a town, but it's a third of the size of. It's 3 times the size of Bangor.
Yeah, Northampton's
Bangor's.
quite
Bangor's
swell.
Bangor's one of the smallest city in the UK, and I think Northampton's the biggest town.
It's the second biggest. Reading's number one.
Really, I don't.
Yeah.
Wait, Reading's not a city.
Ooh.
I thought
No,
Reading would have
Reading's
been
a
a
town,
city.
no. But Reading's number one, Northampton's second.
Damn.
There's a little fact for you.
We need to
Fact check.
promote Reading to a city soon.
Yeah,
we can
Sign
be
my petition online. We want to be number one.
No, but Falmouth was really cool because you get to go on the beach and stuff like that.
Yeah, like nights out for me, I much prefer like a beach bonfire than a conventional go to a club or something.
I'd agree with that. I'm
That would
probably
be
the
a
same.
good
That's something that
night
I've
out.
not experienced. That would
I've
be-
been done
that would
it.
be
Yeah.
cool.
It's-
Something that's a
I
bit
guess in
more
Leamington
chilled
you don't
out.
really have a
No,
beach.
we don't really have beaches in Leamington. You know, you're chucked in the middle of the UK.
I mean, we've got a
Leamington
service
Beach.
station, but
That's what you're famous for, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kiel service station.
yeah, everyone knows about the service
I'll
station.
be honest, I've never been to the Kiel service station. I'm sorry.
You're missing out.
I didn't know.
You
I
are,
didn't know
you
it
are
was
missing
a big
out.
deal. But,
It's massive.
It's a good thing.
Is it?
Kiel's quite unique because it's a village
Yeah.
with a service station
And a
uni,
university.
which is
But-
twice its size.
But it is the largest campus-based university in the UK.
Wow.
That's crazy.
There you go.
See, that's the thing with Bangor is that we've got beaches, but they're tiny and shite. We've got a dock, but it's tiny and shite. We've got 2 nightclubs. That's it. And one of them's owned by the uni. One of them is called Cube, which is strange. It's got these 3 floors, and we get these pretty cool guests. That I guess everyone else gets the same guests. Though we got Katie Price years ago. We've had Paul
Nice.
Chuckle, and we've had I don't know who else we've had. I can't remember them.
We had the
time.
Chuckle Brothers in Coventry.
They've been everywhere.
Yeah.
They go everywhere. Well, no, not anymore.
Well,
but
yeah.
but
They one
for Chuckle.
Paul still comes around, you know. But also, I heard that the Wiggles for like the kids TV
Oh,
show.
jeez.
Apparently, they're now doing nightclub trips.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
diversification, you know.
To be fair though, you know, if you can't get in on the kids market these days, you might as well go for the nostalgia market of the kids that you
Yeah.
used to entertain or
I
whatever.
suppose so.
I can't wait until Mr. Tumble starts going to clubs.
I mean,
Can't
we
wait
had
until I can see Mr. Tumble doing coke off the bounce.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Doing his,
I went on a.
for, like, great cocaine.
I mean, in I think it was February of this year, I went on a rugby weekend, and they were supposed to have somebody in to play, and I can't remember it. And I thought, oh, that's good. I wouldn't have minded going to see that. But then I went to the rugby club. I went for the rugby weekend, and they had Jax Jones.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jax Jones. Yeah.
they're Jax Jones
That's
because the
crazy.
bloke had to cancel.
Question mark? Who is that?
Yeah.
He's a really famous producer.
Isn't they make
Tequila,
the song?
na, na.
Yeah, and
I thought they do like all the food songs.
With a song
they?
with Europa.
Oh, maybe not.
they
then.
did that song with
I
Ray
see.
Of
and
course.
Yeah.
I don't know who
Na
else.
na
is in it.
eh.
Yeah,
That,
that
one,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, the food
Oh,
songs.
yeah,
They've all
of
got,
course.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I was like, and I
Yeah.
found this out like the day after on the way back, and I was, I was like,
See,
damn.
I think that's a sign that your career is on the slow downfall when you're touring around nightclubs at universities.
No, but he wasn't supposed
Wait,
to be there.
so
Yeah,
where-
yeah,
where-
no,
supposed
but
to
like
have-
people, like most people who go around, because you see all the people who didn't win Love Island. I don't really know how Love Island works, but the people who were on
get
Love
paid
Island but
so
didn't
much for that,
get
though.
very successful, they all just seem to tour around clubs around the UK now.
It's easy money for them, though, isn't it?
Exactly. No, yeah, it's great
No,
money.
no,
It's a
arguably
good-
they are successful. They've all got. I'm pretty sure as soon as you end Love Island, you get so many rep companies not rep companies, I don't know,
Sponsorship.
management companies
Yeah.
coming up to you and say, we're gonna manage you, and then
As
they
an
get you so many deals with
influencer
like
or
sports
whatever, yeah.
companies
Yeah.
and club nights and
Because I think
Insta deals
there's
and whatever.
Because one of the couples is doing a lot of stuff on TikTok. One of them, you can tell I don't watch Love Island. One of them has a TV show.
Right.
A TV show.
Yeah, where she
ITV?
does. Oh, I think it's on Channel 4 or ITV where she does. I don't know. The advert is. I think it's.
Is it Moira?
That's the one. I think. Yeah.
I
Moira.
watched that one. I watched that.
And she
Sure,
does lots
just that
of-
one episode.
I'll
yeah.
confess. No, I
Yeah,
watched
yeah.
the entirety of that one.
She
but,
does like sporty stuff. I think. I've never seen the show. I can't remember what it's called, but.
Yeah.
See, I'm not a massive fan of the concept of Love Island. You know, doesn't appeal to me.
They made one on Netflix which was worse, didn't
Oh,
they?
is
What, like
what's it called?
B-Tech Love Island?
Love
No,
it.
is it Love Is Blind? No, is that another
Love
one?
at First? No. It was one where basically they just couldn't get with each other in the villa or something.
But you guys got too much
Because
time
they had to
on your
speak
hands.
across the wall. And
No.
there's one that's kind of similar. Basically, it starts off with there's a boys' area and there's a girls' area.
Yeah.
And they sit opposite sides of this wall and they talk to each other. I don't know if they have microphones or whatever.
Is
but
it
they hear
too
each
hot to?
No, Too Hot to Handle. That's
That's the
you're
one
on
I'm talking about.
think that
Yeah.
is Love
But
Is Blind, I think.
this is Love Is Blind that I'm talking about. But they have to get to know each other without seeing each other, and then they propose to each other or whatever without
crazy.
even seeing them.
Propose?
Yeah, and then they go to the next
Why
stage
would
where
you
it's
go
actually
on
they
that?
spend time with each other. But I've not watched it further than that.
You seem to know quite
Oh,
a bit about this program for someone who's A, not interested,
So
and
wait,
B,
they go
hasn't
on it
watched
and then
much
they
of it.
come out married.
No, basically what happens is there's the first stage where they decide who they want.
So they propose to like, I want to take you on a date or something. Or
They
when
talk
we-
to everybody,
yeah.
and no, they have to propose to them.
Like marriage proposal.
Yeah, right. And then what they do after that is they get sent to I don't know Spain, something.
Just ships
And then
over.
they I don't know share all the couples share like a villa. It almost turns into Love Island at that point, and then everybody
Okay.
But
somebody decides they wanna go for something
engaged
else.
couples, does one break off and get
Well,
with
I've not.
another one?
I've only seen it up to the point where they actually went to the villa.
yeah.
So I can't give you I can't give you the scoop. So maybe I'll have to tune in.
But have you watched? I haven't watched Too Hot to Handle.
No.
But I'm pretty sure the premise of that is that they put lots of people in the villa who are apparently too hot
To handle.
to handle, and they're not allowed to get with each other. And as soon as
I've
they
not
do,
seen
then
it. I've only seen when the trailer comes up. On
yeah,
Netflix, but I've not actually
that's
seen
all
it.
I've seen. as
See, I don't
well.
get stuff like that on Netflix. I just get adverts for other stuff. You know, they know
Actually,
that
it
that's
comes
I'm
up
not
on
into
Tom's
reality
thing.
TV.
99% recommended. He's like, no.
No.
Well, what's your opinion on lads in the club who get left behind and just dance with random people?
Lads that get left.
What do you mean
behind.
left? Oh, so all their friends have gone home.
So their
and
friends
then-
have gone.
Paint me a picture.
I've seen this a few times where their friends go home and then there's this one guy who's left and he just dances with different groups of girls until he gets rejected and until he gets one, until he gets with one.
Not gonna lie, that's just kind of. It's really awkward to watch.
Have you seen
It
it though?
is, yeah.
It's honestly
I've
the
seen
worst.
it,
Yeah,
thing.
it's so
Especially
bad.
if you're
It's
not
so
drunk
bad.
enough to realise that they are actually not really depressing. Like if you're really drunk, it's like, oh, they're just having fun. But then if you're like slightly sobering up, you're like,
creepy,
oh my
'cause
god,
I'm pretty sure
their
they're
life.
not.
You
they're
can see
kind of
like it's
sober as
bothering
well.
them as well. So then
Yeah.
you have to be the one to step in and just sort of like try and get this
Especially when
guy
they come
out of
over
the
to your
circle, you know what I
group.
mean?
It's- yeah, if
to the
you're
girls
out
in your
with a
group,
few
then you do the
girls,
side
you know.
step.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've got to sort of
short-
step in
short of
between.
wide shoulders,
Yeah,
you know.
you do
it's
that.
like,
I'm bigger.
Literally,
You're
yeah.
not getting by me.
Yeah, when they're just making the girl in your group uncomfortable, so you've got to sort of saunter in the middle of between the two of them.
I mean,
and be like,
has
"Hello."
everyone got the code?
The code.
The code.
What's the
Like
code?
the safe
So,
word.
so it's a code. So if you're dancing in a nightclub and somebody is going on to you hard and you don't like them, like if it's like everybody says, "Oh,
Is it just like
it's so no."
It's a sacred
No, so it's
penal
like
code.
so it's like if you like, for example, if I was dancing in a club and a girl was hitting on me and I was like, no thanks, I'm good.
Yeah.
And
True story.
she was true story.
Every day.
This is why I don't go clubbing anymore.
she was going at it hard, and you give somebody like a signal or like something.
Well, like
and
you're
it,
crying, like.
no, just
Like a
something
secret signal.
like-
yeah, like a secret signal that says, "Get this person off me. They're being weird."
Yeah.
Or like, because like lots of like, or if there's like a girl dancing and some boys trying to hit on her and she's like back up, like no, thanks. And then they keep dancing. The girls will sometimes give like a signal to each other, and it will be sort of like and then someone gives them a look, and somebody will like
help
scooch in.
me,
And,
I need this person to fuck off.
yeah, and it's sort of like it's either pretend to be somebody's.
Yeah, no.
Pretend to be like the partner of them, or like
Yeah, every time we get that, it's sort of like, because I've got like a fair few female friends I'll go to the club with, and like, as the male friend, often they'll look at me and they'll give me the sort of eyes. where
yeah,
it's like,
that's a sort of
the,
signal.
like
yeah,
I'm uncomfortable eyes.
Yeah, it's really weird. I haven't done it, and I don't want to do it.
You're the person.
Accusations.
there are
No.
two people in that scenario.
No, I've only been left behind once, and that wasn't a club. That was my accommodation ball. Everybody just decided to
Would you
go
not
home.
just leave at that point?
Huh?
Yeah.
Would you not just leave?
No,
at
because
that
I found other people to be with, and then they
you
went,
knew.
and then I found other people to be
point? But you
with.
knew.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
like the
That's
main
different.
people I was with.
Yeah, yeah.
They
That-
left,
that- no,
and
that's fair
then-
enough. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
So I wasn't just like.
I was going to say, this guy is just standing there dancing by himself.
No,
just
but it's
like,
pretty sad
"Ah, just go
because
with
for a
those lot."
moment I was on my own and I was just looking for people. 'Cause I was like, there's a vibe here. I don't want to leave.
Sitting in the corner drinking
So
by himself.
that's,
Yeah.
that's the only time I could have been that guy, but I
See,
wasn't.
for me, it's kind of the opposite. Like, I'm always the person who ends up leaving first, usually. Like, I'm the Irish goodbye, you know, when you just disappear suddenly and no
It's
one knows
worn
you've
out.
gone. Yeah, no, it's like, I'm...
He's too old for this.
thing
club
is, my
life.
problem is I get really drunk, and when I'm drunk, I get hungry, and then I get really hungry, and then I can't stop thinking about the kebab or the pizza on the way home, and then I just leave to go and get food, because like that's all
Yeah.
my brain
Okay.
can think about at that point.
Food after a night out.
Best
yes
food
or no?
after a night out.
Well, this is
Yes.
an interesting one. I'm going to throw something a little bit controversial out there. I've never had a kebab after a night out.
I haven't.
Oh
You're
my
an
god,
animal.
really?
Usually, you either go to like a kebab shop, but I'd get something like a pizza
Don't
or
go
whatever,
to
or you
Mackey's,
go
do you?
you go McDonald's in Northampton. In Northampton, it's either the kebab shop or the McDonald's.
But the
Okay.
thing about
Either.
in Northampton with the McDonald's though, you've got to go there at some point
Before the club's
yeah,
closed.
if you,
Unless
if
you wanna
if
see
you
Adrian
leave
Caps,
early,
then-
you have the opportunity
Then you
to
don't.
go, because otherwise they pile out onto the streets. You're like,
Yeah.
you know where they're going.
It's to the point where like you cannot get a meal because it will just
Yeah.
be too slow.
I mean, our tactic for NBs is we leave NBs at 3:45 in the morning.
Yeah.
We go
15 minutes
over.
before everyone gets kicked
50
out.
minutes before everyone gets kicked out. Go over the road to, I think it's Grillers.
Yeah.
The Grillers kebab shop. Get our food.
Expensive.
Get the most dodgy
There's so
food
many
in
times
all of
where I've seen
Northampton.
like you lot in there, and I come across
Yeah.
with two of my unnamed friends across the road. That's what they
You
are.
should just come in. They don't care. You should
No,
just
I
sit
said-
there.
I'm pretty
It's like
sure-
your grillers
Yeah.
is a front for some sort of business.
So you go into
We're like
Grillers.
regulars
So
in
we
that.
normally get our food at about 4:00, which is when everyone
Starts to leave.
starts to
Nobody
leave.
goes to
So we
Grillers,
get
though. They all go
food.
to Mackey's.
Yeah.
Which is really
And
weird.
then we normally get a taxi at 4:15,
Yeah.
because then it gives us time to have some of our food, because the taxi drivers don't.
Not next time though, because Joe, have you been to Elysium?
That's open till 5, isn't it?
Nice little segue there. I have once.
Once.
Yeah. It was
Didn't
alright.
we go?
Not for very
no,
long. though.
Wait. Didn't we go? But it was too early. No, I went with someone, and it was too early, and no one else was there.
I've been when it's empty.
We
I
went to
think.
Balloon together.
No, not then. I swear you was I
Maybe.
with Ryan.
I would have been there if,
You would have been
if
there.
Ryan was there. I would have been there.
I was
That's
with
just
some
the rules.
I was with some people. Which is
I'm just
yeah, the normal crowd.
That's
One
it.
of the unnamed friends.
He'd been exposed.
no names.
Is over.
It's the game's up. The jig
Yeah.
is
Ryan's
up.
just a code name.
Yeah.
For the
That's
unnamed
all.
friend.
Yeah.
Isn't Elysium the one where you come out of MBs, you go right, you walk down Gold Street, you turn right and right again through these strange,
Yeah, it's quite.
creepy
It's
gates?
not far. It's not very far from NB's, but it's
It's
far
like-
enough.
It's like
a bit
right
far
across.
down
It's right next to
from-
town hall, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's
Is
through
it?
the little
No.
gates, and it's
No,
got
no,
its
no,
own little
no.
courtyard
Through the
in
gates,
front of
yeah,
it,
It's the
yeah.
one.
No,
past Soul
that
Central.
is Academy, not Academy.
The Elysium's the one when you go past Soul Central. And it's
Oh,
on your left
Yeah,
hand
that's
side.
far. Yeah.
Yeah, no, okay, I'm
No,
thinking
you've
of...
been to the one we went to, which is student night out, but we went when there were no
Isn't,
students.
Yeah, that was the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't Elysium the one that was set up by Charlie Sloth?
Charlie Sloth.
Yeah, he lives in Northampton, doesn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah.
That's
I
actually
don't
a
know
good
if he'll set
story.
up.
My cousin, who used to work at EE, set up his phone for him. Charlie Sloth's phone.
Charlie Sloth's
Damn.
fun.
Yeah.
I love Charlie Sloth.
I've just switched to EE.
Great guy.
Much better than OT.
What does
Good
he
old
do now?
Charlie.
He was
I
fired
think
from Radio 1
yeah,
Extra, wasn't
he's
he?
banned for some reason. Don't know. But he's a Northampton boy, so.
Yeah, homeboy.
So what would you get on from one of those kebab shops on a night out? Would you get a kebab or would you get something else?
Well, as I said, I've not had a kebab.
So, what would
for me-
your regular order be from your default?
see,
Wait, what is the name of your default night out food after?
Wait, like,
Just the average food after.
what's
Yeah.
the average food? I mean, it depends. Right? If I was going to a kebab shop, say, right, it has to be chips or something else. Whether I get anything more than chips, it depends how hungry I am. Because I just get these large portion of chips, and then I'd be sitting there, leaning over the table, really sad. Just, I can't stomach this. Just keep going. Just keep going.
Have to finish it.
But yeah, Mackey's. I learnt a key thing.
Ooh.
So on my first few nights out, I'd go there, and you order like a full meal.
Yeah.
You choose your side, you choose your drink, and every single time I was choosing either Coke or Sprite. And then because in the club beforehand I've been having vodka Cokes
Oh,
or
so
vodka
you'd had a
lemonade,
lot of Coke,
it tasted exactly like that, and I've
Oh.
never made the error since. Every time water,
Really, water and
every
Mackie
single time.
D's?
Yeah, every time because it just tastes like it. You come out and you sip it, and you're like, you're pulling that face.
Yeah,
and
they still think it's vodka.
I
yeah.
found that if you every after a night out, if you have a glass of water right before you go to bed, you
have a lesser hangover.
have a lesser hangover in the day.
It's
Oh, he's
milk.
No, I disagree with
because
that.
if you throw up,
You're
Each
an
time I've been to
advocate for
Mackey's
milk.
after a night out, I've got milk.
no.
Actually, there's a
morning
story
after.
about that. One of my mates, he after every night out, he wants milk from
Yeah.
Mackey's, and he'll
can
stand
get
there. He'll
milk in
order on the screen,
Mackey's?
right, and
Yeah.
it'll go through. It'll go
Small
through,
bottle.
and he'll come up to
damn.
the thing. They're like, "Yeah, we don't have milk," and he'll be so annoyed. you should just see his face. He's
Have you
He's
tried
so
it
angry.
though? Milk after a night out.
no.
See, I feel like that would just make me puke.
It depends how
does it not,
unsettled your
does not
stomach
settle
is.
the
But
stomach a bit, surely.
I don't
no,
drink
it doesn't
milk
for me,
anytime.
but I guess it could do.
Yeah, but you
for
drink
some
like
people.
a gallon of milk a day. Like that,
I
your
do
body
drink
is
a lot of
used to
milk.
drinking a lot of milk. Like if I touched milk after a night out, because I don't drink any other milk, it would just be like, what the fuck is this?
But as well as milk, Tommy, you told me about this,
Watermelon.
and it does work. Yeah.
Really?
Watermelon's perfect after an hour.
Just a full watermelon.
Well, I guess it
Or a
hydrates you,
watermelon
doesn't
drink.
it?
Oh
No,
yeah.
like a physical.
Have you ever
So
done,
you've got it all
have you ever
sliced
done
up?
boozy watermelon?
Not after a night out.
Okay, so boozy watermelon is where it's one of those sorts of things that you find on like Twitter or
Have
like
you ever
done it
TikTok or
before?
Instagram.
I've seen
you
it a
cut-
hundred times, but I've never done it
They drill a
myself.
hole in the watermelon, put in a bottle of vodka, and it just soaks in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
I can't
They
imagine
look
that
cool,
tasting
but
nice.
because you have to put
You've
like
got-
6 bottles in them.
Yeah, you've
Yeah.
got to
It's got
take the
cost
time to prepare
You
it.
have to, if you like stuff like that, you have to watch the Tipsy Bartender.
Tipsy
Bartender is
a
On
legend.
Facebook, I've got him on.
I've got them on Instagram.
Instagram.
He's just tons and tons of different bottles, different
Well,
coloured drinks,
hello
different
there,
layers.
ladies and
layers.
gentlemen.
He's just a bit of positivity that you need as well.
He's got a smiley face. He's such a legend, that guy.
Just pure energy from him.
I think my go-to meal after a night out is like the stereotypical English after a night out. I will get
Fish
a
and
doner
chips, mate.
kebab. I will get a doner kebab with like garlic mayo, and it's really
A
bad.
doner
and-
kebab, not a chicken one.
Well,
An
no,
actual
I
doner.
used to be a doner kebab, but then every time after a doner kebab, I'd feel like really like bloated and disgusting for
Yeah.
the next like week. But then I started getting chicken kebabs, and it doesn't make you feel as bad the next day.
Yeah.
I feel like you've just got to. I don't think these big meals are the way forward. I feel like you need to eat something, just because you're hungry, and just to settle your stomach. But just eat like a bit. Because
Yeah.
if you
See,
don't
the
eat,
thing
if you
is-
don't eat, you feel dreadful in the morning.
That's the
But
words of
the
a
thing is,
person
if
with
you-
self-control.
right? This guy is in there. He's looking at the menu. He's like,
Like,
that,
no,
that,
seriously,
that.
sometimes I'll get a kebab, a pizza, chips. I'll spend more on the food after the night out than I will on the entire night out.
To be fair, a big part of a night out is self-control. Whether it's the food afterwards.
See, I can
or-
control myself when it comes to drink, but not when it comes to food.
But
I'll spend like
if you
20
went
quid on the food
to
after.
Al Zane's in Manchester.
We've heard a lot about
See,
this.
this place is
Shout out to Al
famous when
Zane's because
comes-
it is, I'm going to say it, the best kebab shop in the UK.
That's a big statement.
It's a big
I'd say
You can
I used to vouch for Ziza, and I would if If this was this time 6 months ago, I'd say Ziza would give Al Zane's a run for its money.
No.
But then they gave me food poisoning, so now I will
if you
not
ignore the,
vouch
I
for
think it's
them.
got like a 0.5 out of 5 food rating.
Yeah,
but
see,
if you,
that- I'm
sorry,
that, no,
I'm
no,
sorry.
but if you
Surely
ignore
that just
that,
puts it down in the rankings a little bit.
Is that hygiene rating?
if you, yeah,
How is it still running?
I don't know.
You do realise that Uber won't list something on Uber Eats if it's less than
No,
2.
it's not an Uber Eats.
Yeah,
because it's less than 2 stars hygiene
You
rating.
can get a chicken wrap or even a doner kebab.
It's not chicken, man.
and it's
That's
huge.
rat.
They make their own naan, but they don't wash their hands. But they make their own naan, and it's for £2.50. A huge kebab.
But wouldn't you rather pay £3, say, for,
and have a
food
5-star
yeah.
food rating.
No, because it tastes amazing.
Okay.
That's the
I'll
best
take
part
your word
about
for
it, if
it.
anything.
We've got
Okay,
our,
I think the
Matt
way that
likes
you can
rat meat.
quantify that something tastes amazing is that if you will have it after a night out and you will have it at like 12 o'clock in midday.
I've been walking back from uni and
Midday
I've gone in there
sober.
for a kebab.
I respect that.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with
So
that.
good.
Yeah,
Okay.
So
I think,
good.
no, I think we
can't,
looked there.
I
If-
can't
if-
describe it. You need to experience it.
Yeah.
I think something
that's
can
the
be
issue.
defined as good if you've also eaten it sober.
Yes.
Yeah, if you can eat
I
it sober
respect that.
and enjoy it sober.
We've got a kebab shop called Viali's, which is it's crazy. Some Turkish guys run it, and one of my mates, he's learning Turkish, and he went in there and he just started talking to him. I thought, this guy is showing off. Next level. But that is really good. That's a really good place, and I'd
We've
eat
got
there if I was sober.
Red Rooster, I think it's Red Rooster and Frango's, I think. And what we were in there one night and we got given free food and like a portion of chips and half a chicken.
Half a
Free
chicken.
food.
As you
Which
do.
half?
This
Head-
guy's
like
eating
the
at
top
Nando's.
half?
I know,
It's just sawn in half.
and it was like we got like a proper good amount, like 2 or 3 people could have shared this thing after a night out.
That's pretty
If
cool.
it was half a
It was
chicken
good.
from the one at Matt's, they would have killed it out the back and brought it out.
See, the problem with Bangor on the food department on a night out is because everyone always defaults Mackey's no matter where you are in the country, right?
No, that's true.
It's because
But
Mackey's is a stable,
Exactly,
you know what you're
Mackey's is
getting.
default.
That's really
but
sad.
in Bangor, the Mackey's closes at 3 o'clock, but it's also an hour's walk away from the clubs. So every time you're really drunk and you forget that Mackey's closes at 3, you're like, okay, we're going to make the trek. So you walk all the way to Mackey's,
no.
you get there and it's closed. And last time me and Anna did that, we were both nearly in tears. We got there, it was shut. The guy was like cleaning the floors and we were like knocking on the door. He
Wait.
said no to letting us in.
I've only ever
Oh my
made that error
God.
once.
We've
It
made that
was,
error 3 or 4 times.
Surely you think
You
don't
would learn, wouldn't you?
I mean, we've walked, I'd say 5 to 10 minutes out of the way from Kill to
Yeah.
go and find somewhere.
Yeah, I'd say something
Because
like that.
you go onto maps and you try and find somewhere that's open.
See,
and
that's
you
the
go,
thing with
"I'll
us
do
in
that."
Bangor. We went all the way to Mackey's, which took an hour. Then we realised it was shut, so we went back to Ziza, an hour in the opposite direction back towards the clubs, which was also shut by the time we got there because it was now 5
Is it
o'clock
like
at this
a
point.
village outside of Bangor?
No, it's like Bangor's long and thin.
The kebab
Like,
shop's just like this house in the middle of the countryside.
so then we go
just
to
a
an
farmhouse.
Bella Bella,
We've
which
got the
was
animals
also
out the
closed
back.
because it was nearly like 5:30 by the time we got there. Then we got to like a university kebab, which is like a godsend because that is open like 24/7, and it was like nearly 6 a.m. by the time we got there.
It sounds like you've set the wrong person on
Yeah.
directions or
Yeah.
checking it
Yeah,
because we
and then
did
after 3
this.
hours of walking, Anna finally got her pizza. She drops half of the
Oh,
pizza face
my
down
God.
on the pavement.
No.
Picks it up. Like, do you think it'll be okay? I say no, it will not be okay. Dusts it off and eats it
To be
anyway.
fair,
It was
oh my God.
impressive.
You kind
She
of have to
probably
respect
ate
that though.
street
That was
blood.
3 hours. That was 3 hours work.
It was 3 hours graft for that pizza. I would not waste a drop.
I think she
Yeah.
ate street blood. I seriously think she did.
There was probably gravel in that pizza.
A bit of extra protein,
All of you should come to Manchester because there's the place on Manchester. It's between the city centre and uni. So you've got the city centre. Slightly lower down is the uni, and then between uni and where all the students live, there's a place called Curry Mile, and it's
I like this Anna's
It's
already.
on both sides of the road. It's just curry houses and Arabian shops and Middle Eastern stuff. But because it's like that, there are so many kebab shops there. They have
Yeah.
to compete, which is why Al Zane's is so cheap because all the rest are like that.
I'll be honest,
that's-
I
that
really,
sounds incredible.
I'll be honest. There's a Turkish shop called Turkish restaurant called Mamari's. It's never open on a night out.
That's
but
the
I
one in Northampton, isn't it?
Yeah, I genuinely think that it is some of the nicest food I've ever tasted anywhere in the country.
See, you've said that to me like loads of times. Every time we walk past on the way from Spoons to the club, every time you say, "Oh, this is the best restaurant in Northampton," I've never been there. But I've constantly looked to see if it's open every time I'm in town, and it's either never open or it's always full or whatever. And it's on my top 10 list of places to go. Like,
We need to go to Seven Bone as well at some
We
point.
need to go to Seven Bone. Seven Bone looks incredible.
But Seven Bone
I don't
is...
get this whole 7 bones.
They are on... they're doing the Eat Out to Take Out scheme.
What is Seven Bone?
Seven Bone is a...
burger shop
Burger shop.
in
Oh no, you sent
town
this
centre,
before.
and it's like dirty
Was it-
burgers. So
Oh,
it's
right.
like
It does
it's
look
like, you
good.
know, the really fat burgers
And they just
overflow
have
with all the
loads of
different toppings.
crazy toppings on it.
Go
Yeah.
on your phone and
Yeah.
type in Seven Bone on Instagram right now.
Oh,
I'll show you because I've got it saved
You're a
already.
food
But
addict.
yeah, keep talking and I'll show you.
But yeah, but they're doing the Eat Out to Take Out thing, and I think
Eat Out
Mama's
to
is
Help
as
Out, I
well.
think it is,
Eat
yeah.
Out to Help Out, yeah.
quite a lot
I
of
think
them are
I've
doing
not
it.
used that yet,
Yeah.
but I'm really eager to use it quite a lot because, you know, you could go to a place and get a £40 steak or whatever, which would usually be a £40 or whatever.
Yeah.
Get it for 20 quid.
Yeah,
And to
be
be-
30. You
No,
only
but-
get up to £10 off.
Oh,
Oh,
good
that's
point
true.
actually. Yeah,
And to be fair,
yeah. Like,
wow, that is good.
Like
Yeah.
that is an incredible burger.
I'm hungry.
to be fair, the companies don't actually lose out.
anything?
No,
Yeah.
because the government gives them
because
money
it's
for
funded,
it.
isn't it?
Good old HMRC. Sorting out all the forms.
Spilling it out.
Yeah.
Like, I've not even used it yet, but next week I've got plans Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to eat out both lunch and dinner 3 days.
Rip,
Oh
but
wow,
not
6
here.
meals.
6
Before,
meals, yeah.
I was going to say, before you go, either tomorrow or on Wednesday, we are going to go to Seven Bone.
I think that's a good idea.
I think that's a good
yeah.
idea. That's what we're going to do.
I'm done. Are you two done?
Do you want to join us to Seven Bone?
Pick me up on the way.
I have not got a clue where it is.
I think
I've been
Seven
there
Bone-
I know where
before.
it is. I know where it is.
It's,
I feel like it's near
Stone
you.
Street.
I think
Is it?
so.
Or is it when you
Well,
go
I'm-
to
I'm
it's near
generalising.
Millennium Kebab? If you keep going down from
Yeah.
Millennium Kebab.
Where you're-
Oh, it's that
Where you
place. The
got-
one with
gets
the
a
weird
beating.
wooden thing on the outside. No.
I think.
Are you
It's
sure
currently
Millennium?
scaffolded.
No, because
Oh.
Millennium Kebab is when
Is
you
it the
walk
one near that
past,
old hospital?
The jewellery place. You keep
There's a
going
lot of
by
jewelry
the
places.
Jesus Centre.
You mean the jewelry place that got robbed recently? Armed robbery.
No. That's the one that's.
On
the handbag lady?
No, that's a different one. The one that got robbed recently
It's
is
near MB.
Yeah.
It's a rough place, Northampton.
The one on the corner with that little Rolex sign. Yeah.
Yeah, got
Yeah.
robbed.
Robbed
Yeah,
in
it's,
daylight
it's,
as
I
well.
think it's
Wait,
down,
that
I
got
think it's
robbed?
down there.
In daylight.
Yeah, armed robbery.
Yeah.
Like,
Because we
full
go
on
there all the
armed.
time to buy my mum presents and stuff. Because
Wow.
she likes jewellery there.
She's a
That
really
must-
good-
got robbed.
It got
it must
fully
have been.
robbed,
It must
like
have been about
armed robbery.
a year, 2 years ago, maybe.
Yeah. Definitely
Yeah.
at least a year ago.
What,
Jeez, I
the
didn't know
Jesus
this.
Centre one, next to the Jesus
No.
Centre?
No,
Oh, I'm
one-
speaking of a different
You know
one.
the one
now.
that
That's like
MB's
right
with the
The one on
Rolex
Gold
sign.
Street. You know where
I
the
swear-
corner.
You know
was
the
that
town
one?
hall? You know the town Northampton Town Hall?
Is it with the
It's- there's
Calvin
a
Klein
square.
poster?
Yeah.
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 Is it?
Kendall
Okay.
and the other
Oh,
one.
it's by MB's.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay,
said
I'm
that
with
like
you,
4
I'm with you, I'm with you.
This guy's got listen.
I don't know Northampton well.
Oh dear.
So what do you guys think about the Eat Out to... Was it Help Out?
Help out to eat out.
Help
no,
Out
eat out to help
to
out.
Help Out. What do you think of the scheme? Do you think it's a good idea?
I
Yeah,
think you can see the clear pros in it.
Yeah.
It gets the economy going, but it's getting people together because people are going to take advantage of it, right? As long as they've got enough, precautions in place to stop people mixing, and it's
That's
a
the
good
thing,
idea.
they're relying on there being
And they're not
precautions in
exactly
place.
checking,
Yeah.
are they?
So they're saying, okay, well, nobody's going to be in contact, nobody's going to spread it, like theoretically.
Yeah,
But in
Yeah.
reality,
I think
that's
the
probably not the
biggest problem, in my opinion, with the scheme is I think pubs should be able to do it and like small restaurants. But I think
They're
like
Not like McDonald's.
yeah, no,
No,
that's
no,
that's my issue. I think McDonald's and KFC shouldn't be able to do it because they obviously earn so much money, and no matter what, they're going to earn a ton of
Fast
money.
food shouldn't.
You have to quote unquote eat in, but either way, even if you say to the person, "I'm going to eat in," you can just leave anyway.
Yeah, honestly, you could just go in there, get a burger and some chips. You can carry that in your hands.
Was it you,
Take it back
was
to
it
your
you
car.
Tommy, who said that the other day? About McDonald's?
Or did I hear it had to be table service? But even if they brought it out on a tray, you
Yeah.
can just go. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not going to finish this in here. Just
Yeah.
take it out.
Exactly.
Fucking bat.
All birds at night turn into bats.
No, that's a fucking bat. That's
is a
what that
bat.
is. It's right above
Yeah.
my head, and I'm
Is it actually?
It's right there.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Luke, this light is our saving grace.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we would be sitting in the dark in the tent. Microphones.
Okay, keep going. Keep them rolling.
Question.
And I will...
This can be like a segment.
Right.
Where
Segment.
A segment.
Pitch your ideal night out.
Oh.
I'd say start with Tommy and we'll work our way around, yeah?
Tommy, what would be your ideal night out?
Bed. I'm getting old.
Nice quiet night in.
Wake up at
cup
6
of
o'clock
tea.
for a newspaper.
I really like. It's not really a night out. I just love night swimming, and then
That sounds dangerous
It-
as fuck.
if it's not wavy, if it's calm, night swimming and then a bonfire afterwards with like marshmallows is amazing. So
Night
that's
swimming sounds inconvenient.
What,
Like-
after drinking you would go night swimming?
maybe not after drinking. You'd have like throw some cans in the sand for later, but I wouldn't drink it. I'm not
Smashed in the sea.
promote swimming and drinking.
So no, run through the whole night. So you've just got back from uni. It's
You
4
get
or 5
changed into
o'clock.
swimming costume, bang, gone.
I like the In-Betweeners when they went for a night out in the In-Betweeners film.
My ideal night out would be probably like with a society where it's actually themed. I don't know why, I just love a theme. And then I love prees with games. Drinking
course.
games are the best part of the night.
Yeah.
And then I don't really like clubbing, but I like the like spoons part where you all just get a picture.
I think
Okay,
Spoons is always better
okay.
than
Controversial opinion. The people you go on a night out with are better than the actual night out.
Yeah,
Oh,
make
Yeah,
it.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
You need to be
Yeah.
able to talk to people on a night out.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. 100%.
And then what would you do after that bit?
Well, usually by the time it's clubbing, I'll stay a bit, but then after everyone starts to break off, usually there's always a group that's happy to break off to the beach, and then we'll just spend the rest of the
I
night on
love
the
that you
beach.
have an option
That's
for the
pretty
beach.
cool.
That sounds
good.
You know,
awesome.
I did that in Leamington as well, right? It's cool.
Is there a river in Leamington? Can you go in the river?
There's a little river.
And then do you get food on the way home from the beach, or?
We do a bit. We don't have like a McDonald's. We have a Subway which can't toast your food because they're not allowed to after 1, I think.
Really?
And we have cod on the corner and kebab on the corner. which we've
Wait, we
been
went to Cod on the Corn.
We met Tyler the American.
Oh,
in-
Tyler the American. I've still got his phone number.
Oh no!
Tyler the American in Cod on the Corner. It's just a wonderful
He
story.
was visiting not Bangor,
He was,
Falmouth
he
for
was
like.
on holiday because he broke up with his girlfriend or something. And he's
Boyfriend.
doing
On his
something
own.
well. Maybe don't know.
He was definitely boyfriend.
I was so hungover, and well, not hungover. I was just not very
You
well
drove
in that
for like
place.
6 hours that day, so I'm let you off for being. You tried to in Mangoes. I remember you tried to go upstairs just past the bouncer.
Oh, you went you went out the fire door twice, and they got really mad at you.
Yeah, like that man went up upstairs, and this very angry-looking woman. Just
And then
Why
she
couldn't
came
we go
up to you
upstairs?
because you kept on opening the fire door.
Well, you said was it you, I can only assume that you were setting the fire alarm off.
Yes,
There
I
wasn't
think
a-
Because
because
they just
No,
came coming out like.
I don't remember that.
It wasn't an alarm, but there is by like the bar is this door which Matt just burst through.
I've only been chucked out of a club once, and that was when we visited Kyle in Derby.
Oh, that was horrible. That was probably my least favourite night.
And a bouncer was getting really touchy-feely, but they was like pushing us on. I was just
Yeah,
like, "Can you lay your
pushing.
hands off me? Because I don't want to be touched
see,
by
that's
you."
what I did, and I got kicked out.
No,
of
you
MP.
were being a twat. I stood next to you. I was like, "Tom, just stop."
You pushed
arguing
me
with it."
first.
No. Okay, this is what happened. So we were on the dance floor, and some bloke, the bouncer needed to get some bloke to kick him out. So the bouncer I will give it up firmly, but you needed to be in that situation. He tried to move Tom out of the way. Bear in mind, this
He
bloke...
pushed me from behind.
He pushed you from behind because he was trying to get through to get to somebody. You turned round, didn't see him having a neon blue high-vis jacket on.
And
You
pushed
tried to
him
start
back.
a fight with him, didn't you?
Pushed him, you
Yeah.
squared up to him, pushed him, he pushed you, grabbed you by the collar, and dragged you
Yeah,
out the
literally
door.
dragged you out of the dance
Yeah,
floor.
to be fair,
the
yeah, I
difference.
did. Yeah, I was a bit pissed, and to be fair, he pushed me first.
But the funny
Yeah,
thing
but you
about that
squared
is
up
that
to-
you just went back into the queue and got back
Yeah,
into
you were
the
back
club.
in like 10
I was
minutes.
back in within
Which is
10
like what
minutes,
happened
yeah.
to me in Derby. So this guy was getting touchy-feely. I was just like, can you just not touch me? And he was like, oh, are you getting all mouthy? I was like, no, I just don't want to be pushed by you. And he was like, no, you're getting mouthy. You're coming with me. He took me round the back, told me off for getting mouthy with him, and just shut the door on me. So I couldn't get back in. But then there was no club going back into. So I went to the front, and I said to everybody at the front, oh, I must have just accidentally walked out of the club. I leant on the door and it opened and it closed behind me. And they were like, no, surely that can't be it. I was just like, no, I'm lost. All my friends are in there. I can't get back in. I had like a conversation with them for like 5 minutes, and then they were just like, just go in.
At that point, they were like, they're not worth our time. Just go
He's like,
inside.
I'm
go
getting
in.
sick of chatting to you, just get in the
It's just so easy to go back into a club after being kicked out.
It is.
I've never been kicked out, but
I've
I've
never
heard
been
so
kicked
many
out.
stories or seen firsthand The main way I've seen people get kicked out is not squaring up. It's not falling out fire exits.
It's getting too drunk.
No, it's not that.
Really?
Well, no, actually, it is that. They're there leaning on a chair, like half asleep, like this, and they're like, "Yeah, nah, it's not for you, mate. just leave."
I mean, I've had a situation where one of my mates, she literally had 2 drinks, and she could handle a booze, but she had dilated pupils, and which happens with alcohol.
Yeah.
And then the bouncer saw her and said, "Your pupils are dilated. You're on something." She was on something, and got kicked out.
I've been
crazy.
kicked out for similar.
So many
what
people in a
happened with you,
club
Tom?
come up to me.
It was in
for that
Mangoes
reason.
again. When I went, like, I think I went rowing or surfing, and obviously I wear contact lenses.
Yeah.
And the salt water like sticks in them, so my eyes were like red and welting. And I went to the bathroom, and at the same time, just by chance, the like bouncer got radioed that someone's distributed drugs in the bathroom.
And you come out with these red
They
eyes.
walk in with my eyes streaming, and they're just like, "You've got to come with me." I'm like, "No, I need a pee." And they're like, "No, you've got to come with us." So I'm like, "All right, fine." And then they just like pushed me out, and I went to Subway and I went straight back in.
Nice.
Still with red eyes.
Carrying your sandwich around, you know.
Quick pit stop.
One of my mates, we were on a night out, and she has a purse. She has everything in this purse. Everything you need on a night out.
Yeah.
Battery banks, phone chargers, fucking wagon wheels.
Oh, that's just an essential, isn't it?
Wagon wheels.
In case your wagon breaks down, you've got to fit a new tyre, you know.
Like we were
like a
were
wrench which puts up a car.
I think they're on about
we
different
were
wagon
we
wheels,
were outside of a
biscuit.
club,
It's a
and
biscuit.
It's a
Eloise just
marshmallow with
pulls
chocolate
out.
outside.
so we were outside the club on a PJ pub crawl, and she just pulls out a wagon wheel. She's like, "Are you hungry?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, you are a fucking legend." Having a wagon wheel in the queue at like 2 a.m. is just amazing.
See, in Bangor, I mean, it's not all the
It is
time, but the
brilliant.
last few nights out, I've become rescue service. Like, friend, no names, and you know who you are.
He's fired.
Yeah, they went back from a night out probably about 20 minutes before I did, and then I started walking home after them.
Oh, I think
And,
I know this, sorry.
They were very drunk.
It's not me.
And we got to the bridge near my house, and I saw that a police car had stopped by the side of the road with some lights and 2 police officers out, and a certain ginger hair sticking out from between these 2 police officers. So I go up to them and I think, you know, is everything all right? Because I see my friend and he's talking to these police officers, getting very mouthy with them, shouting at them, be like, "Why am I being G-checked?" And you know, like all this stuff. And they say, "Do you know this person?" I say, "Yeah." And they said, "Either we can arrest them or you can take them home." So I was like, "Okay, I'll walk them home for you." So I walked this person back to my house, where they then got kicked out by one of my other housemates, and then I walked them back to their house. But I'm practically rescue service at this point.
I'd have
for
just
them.
turned around to the police officer. "How much do you think it's worth?"
This is not the first time I've had
You
to
just
take
wake
them
up in the
home.
morning saying, "I got you off the hook with the police. You owe me 20 quid."
I think I've got a picture of it or a video of it somewhere.
That's an interesting experience.
Yeah,
I
Bangor
mean, we
police
have
officers just
of
bored.
like bad stories. We have a certain list.
This list we shall not get into
Oh,
today.
the chundering list.
No, not the chund,
The
not
chunder
chund-
chart.
not the chund,
Ranking
not the chunder chart.
It's
The,
the
drunk,
reaction?
the drunk scale.
Yeah, how
So-
people react to alcohol.
Yeah, so it's a
Oh, was that
graduated
when-
scale from like 1 to I think there's 15,
Right.
20 people maybe.
And you've got scenarios.
And you've got scenarios. So if you have like nothing, you would be so and so if they ever turn up to a night out.
Yeah.
All the way going from to somebody shits themselves.
Gonna call somebody out.
Like that sort of a scale, and you
we know
just
the
look
Story
at
behind this.
you just look at somebody and you can say, "I think you're." I mean, we don't
7
have
out
anyone.
of 10 or
You don't
whatever,
have
yeah.
anyone. We don't know anyone called Brandon, so we just say hypothetically, "You're a Brandon on that chart,"
Brandon Shatter.
or something like that. I mean, Brandon. We don't even know anyone called Brandon.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
so and so
Brandon, I do.
is on that scale.
Getting back to this hypothetical, Joe. Your hypothetical perfect night out.
So first of all, I wake up in the morning.
Oh, so you're starting it in
No,
Oh,
no,
this
I won't
is
go through
the
the
3
story.
nights out,
it
isn't
just starts off
In a
with
day.
Greg's breakfast, but the rest is irrelevant. you know. I don't know. Relaxing for a bit. Few pre-drinks just at the place, wherever you stay.
in the morning.
No, I'm talking about evening.
He's,
now.
he's
Let's
got to the
say-
evening at this point.
Before you-
Let's say, I don't know, 8:30, 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Just get some games going, you know, bit of fun, bit of music, you know. Then you decide, I don't know, it depends where you are. Just go to a pub, yeah. I mean, right, should we talk about Northampton? I'll talk about Northampton because obviously we've all been.
We all know.
Okay.
So for me, it would be I'd start at the Barrett's Club, which is in Kingsthorpe.
Never been.
And
Apparently that's.
you do have to go,
super
and it's on the eating out scheme as well.
Ooh.
But anyway, then we usually walk into town, and there's like this little, I don't know what you call it, a corner shop. I don't know.
Yeah.
Some Polish
Off
corner
license
shop.
or whatever. Yeah.
And we pick up a drink from there. Do that.
Is it in Kingsthorpe when you go down from? Is it near an Asda?
No. This is further down. This is like halfway to town, in between
Okay.
Kingsthorpe and town. And then you get your drink there. Spoons, right? Just go in there for a few drinks.
Okay,
Then
because if you put pause right there, we do slightly different. We see you in spoons.
Yeah.
So ours is normally preing at our one of our houses.
Yeah.
Then we will go to the
Buckby Football Club.
Football Club.
So much easier if you live in the place you're going out to.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
So much easier.
And then we
So
get
we get a
literally-
lift.
you won't
we
be
get
catching
a
me going to Long
train.
Buckby.
No,
So we have a
it's the
drink.
opposite direction.
We have
for
a
you.
drink in Buckby Football Club. Then we get on the train. We normally seem to see somebody on the train, and we just stick.
Oh,
with
there's
them.
always somebody on that train.
And then
Yeah.
we get the
There's
train.
always somebody messaging somebody saying that they're on the train. It just always
Yeah.
happens.
And then we get the train into Northampton, and then we will go to Spoons, and
Yeah.
we'll meet you in Spoons.
Yeah.
So you take off from there.
Yeah. So then, I mean, to be fair, recently we've switched up a bit. We sometimes go to a few other pubs.
Do you go to Revs after or before Spoons? Or during? the
Okay,
club?
no, I'll bring that in. That
Okay.
in. So we've gone to a few of the pubs down. You know where the Guildhall is and down
Yeah.
that area. I think they got it's
They're
called a
actually
Wigan
so
Pen.
decent because we went
Wigan
to
Pen?
a couple.
I went
Is
to
it the
Old Bank
Bank?
as well.
Old Bank's alright.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we went in there together at
We
one
did
point.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I stole a reserve sign from there. so-
Yeah, Nice.
I just took it because I was like, we should sit here.
But after those, right, we make the big decision. Right, we either go Fever, or we go to Revs. And then, right, say we decide to go Revs, we go there, and we'll have probably just some shots. We won't go for like drinks. Just have some shots there. Then we go up to Fever. Right, I'm gonna say this is the best nightclub in Northampton.
No.
It's got the best atmosphere, good songs
People
all the time.
have told me that it's just anybody who's too old to go to NBs goes to FIFA.
No, that's wrong.
That's what I've
But
been
then at
told.
this point, you're probably too old to go to MBs.
I'm getting a little bit older now.
16 to 18-year-olds.
No, but it's,
No, it's not. It's not.
the thing that I find is that either the MB's queue is too long, or it's too crowded.
Because the
Or the
MB's queue-
music recently, honestly, I was disappointed when I've been in the past few times. But then I'll go to Fever, right? Music's great. I will end up going to MB's.
Is it like
Disco
FIFA
Henry?
3 floors?
Disco Henry, the
Is it
cameraman.
3 floors? There's multiple
FIFA.
floors, isn't it? Yeah.
No.
Isn't it?
No, it's 2 dance floors and a smoking area. But
Oh, okay.
what's multiple floors? Platform? 2 floors.
See, we went to platform when only 1 floor was open. It's a bit
Yeah.
That's
sad.
a shame.
And Elysium's 2 floors as well.
Need
I
to
wanna
go to
say.
Elysium.
Yeah.
Got a picture of Joe here. With
Oh, with
maybe
some shot
100
glasses.
shot glasses
Oh,
right
you
in
got-
front
you
of
gotta
him.
look at that.
From when
Is
we.
that-
Oh, I remember that as well.
That's in Revs, right?
But that's
That's
not,
in Red,
that's
yeah.
not even the finished plate of
I,
shots.
I know it was. Actually, no, it wasn't.
What
But it was
happened
pretty
was,
close.
right, we were in there, and unnamed person number 1, he likes buying a load of shots, right? And I think there's some offer, it's like 12
It's-
If
for
you have a
certain
Revs
amount.
card, you
And
get
it-
6
and
shots.
you pass around this Revs card to everybody. And he gets the first round, and we've got 12 there. I'm pretty sure, I might be wrong, there was actually 12 of us there, so everybody just got 1 shot.
Yeah.
I might be
Yeah.
wrong, or there might have been 11.
Yeah,
and
somebody
whoever
had-
bought it got
somebody
2.
No,
Yeah.
that was that with a separate group of people
Yes,
who
yeah,
kind
we
of
saw
think
them
they
in
kind of
there.
did. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he got him, and then I don't know who else. Somebody else wanted there from the other group got him, and then unnamed guy number 1 again, because this guy just splashes the cash on the night.
he does.
He just goes up, and I think he came back with 24, and we ended up with it might have been 72, or it could have been 84.
I dare say that I think it might have been 90 something.
I
It might
think it was
96.
more.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if
it was-
it was.
I know it was in installments
the
of 12.
triple
There were quite a
digits.
few people there just buying shots, and we just put them all.
And they
in
didn't
the
come to
middle.
clear it, and I was like, you know what? Let's put this in a nice little triangle. And yeah, that's the picture,
the
really.
urge to not go bowling with it was.
Yeah. And you'd after the 12, you'd find that there's like this tiny bit at the bottom of all of them, and you'd
God,
pour it
yeah.
into a glass,
And
and
you
then you'd
took it-
nominate
oh,
somebody to have
no.
you're
I
having
remember
that.
That's
Matt,
like
this
King's
was the
Cup.
one where you were feeling great for a long time and then you felt terrible, didn't you?
Yeah, this
You
is the
just
time I
dropped
fell
off.
asleep in a taxi on someone, and then they
Wait, that
left, and I
night?
felt. I think it was.
I think it was that
chipped a
night.
tooth that night because we had so many shots.
You chipped a tooth on a shot glass, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a rough night.
That was the tooth I've now lost, so it's gone now. It doesn't matter. But I was asleep on Carl, and then he left, and then I had to ask the taxi driver to stop 3 times on what was then a 3-mile journey. So every mile we stopped, and I just had to puke.
Yeah, at least,
at least
you had a
you stopped.
taxi driver who was nice enough to.
I had that at uni. We had to get a taxi back with somebody, and we were. I'm not going to say any names, but we were driving back, and we were just about to go up the hill onto campus, and my mate said, "Oh, can you stop the car?" And so I was like, "Yeah, can you stop the car, please, mate?" He just leaned out the window and just everywhere
Oh.
on the floor. So we were at the nightclub, and there's an outdoor area. But there's a gate on the outdoor area. Said, "Look, my mate's gonna throw up. Can he head out and we try and sober him up?"
Let
So
him
the bouncer
out,
said,
yeah.
"Yeah, that's fine. You can come back in when you try and sober him up." So me and a mate went out with this other mate, and he threw up on the floor. We tried to get some water into him, and then brought him back inside, sat him on a seat, and he proceeded to throw up again, but it was like water.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, if you looked at it on the
wasn't
floor, you'd have thought,
terrible, yeah.
"Oh, it's not sick." You'd have thought it was water. So he was just not having
dribble.
it, and then somebody saw him do it, and then he just got kicked out, and then we had to
I suppose that's-
get it back.
I suppose
Get
that's
them
kind
back.
of fair, though.
And then
if he
in the
has-
taxi,
no matter what he's thrown
he
up,
threw
he's
up.
thrown up inside the club.
yeah.
Okay, so Joe, you were in
You were
the
in
bank, the
Fever
old
or-
bank.
Old Bank, then it's probably Revs, then it's Fever for quite a bit, and then before we've actually gone back to Revs, depending. It depends on the Q and MBs.
Revs you can leave. One person can go in queue, and then the rest of you can be in
Yeah,
Revs.
but you don't want to be.
You don't want to be
you
that
don't
one.
wanna be that one
rotate.
You don't want to be
Rotate
that
that
one
kind of-
person.
But then,
though.
you know, it usually ends up in MBs. But I've been to some other. Have you ever been retro, for example?
Yeah,
I've never
we've
been to
in
Retro Bar.
once.
The music
that
in
where we went
retro
for a
is,
wee?
is crazy.
Is that retro? Was that?
Where is Retro?
Lane.
Retro is the one on the same side of the road as Revs, but a bit further up,
No, we
near where
peed
that
in
jewellery
Balloon.
shop is.
No, that's always empty, isn't it?
Always
It has
empty.
been. There was one night where it wasn't. We walked past it. We're like, no, let's not go in. And there's one night. Oh, it's actually there's quite a lot of people in there. Went in there, and the music,
Yeah.
crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. Just
And
good
so
music.
that is your ideal night in Northampton.
Yeah.
I don't think you can go wrong with a night in Northampton.
Oh,
No,
you
but
definitely
no.
can.
There's some big choices you've got to make.
There's a lot.
right?
Yeah, you
So
have to make those.
We
sorts of-
once decided, you've got to choose things wisely, right? We'd stayed at the Barracks Club for quite a while, and we had quite a few beers, so we're all quite bloated.
Yeah.
And unnamed person number 1
Again.
pops up with the idea of going to Turtle Bay because it was on that.
It wasn't
what's it
Tommy,
called?
was
Happy
it?
Hour. Happy Hour.
Yeah.
2 for 1.
No, it wasn't on me.
drinks.
Big at time.
And
Tommy knows all about
we
it.
decided we're going to get free. Was it strawberry daiquiris or something like this? And then obviously you get 6 because obviously.
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah.
And we literally had like half each because we're so bloated we couldn't drink anymore. I think one of us ended putting up on our Snapchat story like there are free drinks here.
Come
If
and see
anybody
it.
wants them, just come and get them. So you've got to you got to choose the right thing.
Choose
You
wisely.
can go a little bit wrong. I feel like you can have a good time at most places, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's the order that you do it in.
No,
Yeah.
you mentioned strawberry daiquiris in Turtle Bay. You've made me want a night out.
Yeah, I don't
No.
think we can have that anytime soon.
No,
No,
that's really
not
sad.
quite,
Gotta
yeah.
be patient.
So then,
Make your own.
do you end your night in MBs or do you go to?
Yeah, usually, and then obviously food.
and then
End your
food?
night in MBs, then maybe pop across the road
To be
just
fair,
early.
we've done one kind of big night where we've hit quite a lot of pubs, and then we've hit pretty much all the clubs.
But the thing about our nights out is they
Right.
tend to be closer to pub crawls than just a night
See, I
out.
prefer a pub crawl to a
I do,
official
yeah.
night out.
I can't
Yeah.
handle a pub.
he's been on a few, and he hasn't made it to the end.
The most I've done in one night is 12 pints, so I'm happy that I can say that and I never
the
have to
golden
replicate
mile.
it.
That is a golden mile.
And that was awful. I fell asleep on the train on the way back with a few
I think
extras.
it feels
and
bad because of how bloated you get.
Yeah, the thing is,
It's
with
not-
beer,
it's not
it
the- it's not
hurts.
the,
Yeah.
it's also
the
beer drunk.
percentage.
It's just a different kind of. You're bloated and
Your head
everything's
feels quite heavy.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
It's not as bad
Different
as
to
red
vodka
wine
drunk.
drunk, but it's.
Wine
Yeah,
drunk's awful.
wine is a different.
That's
different
awful.
See,
hate
the worst
it.
drunk that we get often is, me and I always seem to get this drunk because what we do is we don't want to take a whole bottle of spirits to a pre-drinks at someone else's house, because otherwise you leave it there and you never get this bottle back. So we'll get a bottle of wine and a bottle of spirit, and we'll drink some spirit, and then we'll take a few glugs of the wine, and then before we go to this other pre's, we'll go have a bottle of wine each, and then we'll top it up with vodka.
Yeah.
So it's vodka and wine.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then we'll go to
who
this
thought that was a
pre's.
good idea?
No, it's a terrible idea. We'll go to this pre's with the vodka and wine mix, and we'll finish a bottle of wine and vodka each.
Have you ever had?
And then by the time we get to the club, you feel terrible.
Yeah, but you can get these things. I mean, when we used to go on a night out, we used to take a bottle of like something like a Smirnoff Ice or like an Alka-Pop.
Yeah.
And then you put some extra in.
See, that would make sense, rather.
And that
than
works
Yeah,
rather well.
I don't know who came up with this idea of vodka and wine. It just,
Anna
it
came
just-
up with
Well,
That
it
sounds
depends.
like-
Good idea, is it?
So you drink how much of the bottle of wine
It's
before you put
probably
vodka in?
like 8 to 2 ratio.
8 to 2.
So it's like
Jesus Christ.
yeah. So it's like
Gonna
probably
nick it.
about 5.
Wait,
one,
so
a
it is
fifth
it is a
of-
full
fifth of
it's a full
vodka.
bottle
A full bottle of wine.
because you
drink
drink
about
20% of it and
You
then
drink
you add
20% of it, and then you top it at 20%.
So you have a full bottle of wine, and
you
then
give
you
it a
have
good
like
shake,
I don't
and
know,
then you
5
just-
shots on top of that.
That's
shake is
Yeah,
everything,
probably.
isn't it?
Yeah, maybe not 5 shots, maybe 4 shots or 3. But either way, it tastes terrible, and you still get wine drunk as well as vodka drunk, and it just it gives you just a crazy headache, and that's all.
You can imagine
At that
how.
point, they realised it really wasn't worth it.
This thing is, we never learn. We've done this 4 or 5 times now, and because we've got a friend who lives in a flat, like probably about 2 minutes away from the biggest club in Bangor. One of 2.
Huge.
But like every time we go
Mad-
there,
mad things.
we just take this disgusting wine mix each, and then we just regret it as soon as we get to pre's, because we know we've got to drink this for the rest of the pre-drinks.
So is that almost like your ideal night then? Just
That-
not
my-
well,
my
gentle.
ideal night
Doesn't sound like
Praise.
it, you know.
My ideal my thing is in Bangor is because I'm friends with a lot of first years. 'Cause I'm doing first year twice. I'm in a house, and therefore a lot of the majority of my friends, 90% of my friends, are in halls still. So therefore, my house is the party house because they don't have a house yet. They all come to mine for
Yeah.
pre's. So we do a really big pre's in mine, and then we walk to the club. Because my house is on one end of Bangor and the club is on the other end, we then walk past all the other pubs on the way. So we'll go from mine after pre's, we'll then walk to Spoons, get the last drink in Spoons, then we'll go to Castle or Varsity.
So it's
So-
like temptation on the way. almost.
Exactly, we get tempted into like 3 pubs
like-
on the
it's like
way,
Welly
and then we
Road.
finally make it.
Oh,
exactly,
we need
yeah.
to do Welly
I've
Road.
need to
never
do the
done
Welly
Welly Road.
We
Never
we
have
keep
I.
speaking about doing Welly Road one day.
It's the big thing that you have to do. I
Let's-
think
when-
you know that. You know when you were
Yeah.
talking about in a previous podcast about the attractions in Northampton. I feel
Yeah.
like Welly Road
Welly
has to
Road.
be up there.
I'd
It's
agree with
unique. You know, you tell people, especially at university, people that are not from the UK and pub scenes are not quite
Yeah, yeah.
as big. You tell them about. There's this road with pubs going all the way along. The other side of the road, there's kebab shops. And like,
Ooh.
well, it's kind of cool, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
we've
Northampton.
got to do it. I have to do it, definitely.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. And next summer or whatever, or whenever the pubs are
I
properly
reckon you have
open.
to start early though.
You
'Cause
probably have to start
Imagine
like-
if you.
How many
stomach
pubs
in-
are there, do you think, on Welly Road?
Oh, I wouldn't know.
You couldn't
Is
do
it
them
in the
all, though,
double
surely.
figures?
They're on a. Yeah. They're spread out.
At
Like,
least
So,
they're-
so we'd have
what
to
do you
miss some
reckon?
out,
It's like
probably.
one every 3 buildings. There's a pub.
Probably if you're counting both sides of the road, one every 3 buildings.
Yeah. And there's
Pubs
a subway
and
as well.
bars. There's bars as well.
In between, so you can.
Yeah, you can pop a subway.
Because there's like
So you
there's
can
big water
drink
there as well.
food, drink food,
Well, they're
drink
all
food.
pubs as well. So
When I did the 12-pint thing, I think we started drinking at like 3, and we ended
Where
at
was that?
2. York.
Okay. Yeah.
12 pints over that period of time.
Yeah,
That's
so
not bad.
that's how I survived, Joe. That's how I
Yeah,
made it. That's
yeah.
how I'm speaking to you now.
Well, the glass of wine.
Otherwise, who
He
knows?
lives to tell the
Otherwise,
tale.
I would be slurring still and just not with it. Yeah, start early, definitely. We tried a pub crawl in Manchester and we started at 6 or 7. And because most of the pubs close at 11 or 12, you don't have much time to do
Started
a
midday,
lot of pints.
missed his afternoon lectures.
Yeah.
Poor form, really.
Or have it on one of your free days. That's
Yeah.
the way.
If you have 3 days, I had one, but
I
some
had
people
one,
don't.
but I
Some
don't
people-
think I'm gonna get another
I
one.
had a Friday. Imagine
Ooh,
that.
that's a 3-day
good
weekend,
one.
that is.
Yeah, and Mondays I had. I've got to think. Mondays I had one thing in the morning, 10 to 11, and then I was done for the day.
Oh,
so it's not. It's technically
Yeah.
a 4-day weekend. You could take it as a 4-day
What I
weekend.
had-
I feel like
What I had
It's
is,
tempting, isn't it?
I kind of had 2 weekends because Wednesday I had a thing in the morning which was not optional, but no one ever
he
went
made
to
it optional.
Yeah, I made it optional.
Uni
So I
is
had,
optional.
and I had a 3-day on Thursday, so I had Wednesday, Thursday pretty much off, and I had obviously Saturday, Sunday off, so I
Yeah.
had 2 weekends each week.
So basically, you didn't study. You didn't have it.
Pretty
This guy
much,
was
yeah.
just living away from home. That's it.
Yeah.
Not ask him about his university experience. Ask him about his time away from home.
So on the way, going back to your ideal night, so you go to these pubs, you get distracted by
the pubs,
varsity,
exactly.
whatever,
All the pubs on the way to Cube.
and then you culminate in Cube.
Everyone culminates in Cube. You spend a few because Cube's crazy. Like there's 4 different rooms. There's beer hall, which is like
Oh, that
modelled.
sounds
Yeah,
good.
it's modelled
Cube.
after like
Yeah.
a German beer hall.
Yeah.
Where it's like got the big long benches and the sports, and it's got like all the sort of stuff, and then there's like a proper clubby EDM room.
Yeah.
And then there's a rock sort of room and like a.
That's good. Have you ever been Prism?
I've
Anybody?
not, but-
What, in
Anyway,
Birmingham?
They've got a
Apparently-
few. They've got a few. One's in Birmingham. I think they've got one in Brighton.
Yeah.
Maybe they have
To
one
be
in
honest,
Manchester
Joe,
or
never
somewhere
been
up
out in
north.
Brighton.
Hmm?
Never been out in Brighton.
No, neither
Can't
have I.
say
But I've been
have.
Birmingham. And
Brighton's a good night out.
Prism has, I think, I might get it wrong, 4, maybe 5.
It's got
different rooms.
floors, doesn't it?
And you have the main one, which is kind of they mix house music with some of the sing along
Poppy,
hits.
yeah.
There's a retro room, which is my kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know all the,
Well, like
the
Pop World.
cheesy ones.
ABBA and
Yeah.
Cheese room.
But yeah, like it's crazy. You can just choose what you want. But
Yeah, I
a
like-
club like that is good.
Thing is,
Yeah.
I like clubs like that, but then you go with people who have different music tastes, and
you
everyone
split
wants to
up.
go
That's
with
the- yeah, that's the
different
issue,
rooms.
yeah.
That is the issue in my opinion.
Loads of people want to go
Yeah,
to like
you
the
need to
indie
go with
room
people with the
and-
same taste, or at least compromise. Find
Yeah.
Yeah.
People that you're going to stick with. And also, that is the thing, that's my biggest complaint with Cube as a club, stairs. The amount of people
Stairs
you see
in
just
clubs
falling
are-
down the stairs, because they're really thin, and they're all black stairs. With,
Is it like a maze as well? Because I found
Yeah.
Prism's quite like a maze. You
Yeah,
almost
it's
have to
crazy.
go almost like you're going back out of the club to go to one of the
the
floors.
staircases though, they have black walls and black stairs, so you can't. If you're drunk,
Is that
and B, you can't
designed
really
to try
see.
and trip you up.
Yeah, either
That's
way,
designed to
the
kick
amount of
people out.
people I've seen
Yeah.
either fall up the stairs or fall down the stairs
an
is
overcrowding
incredible.
measure.
Yeah.
There's a place in Manchester called Hidden where they do drum and bass nights. So
Where
it's,
is it though?
It's hidden. It's
hidden.
No, it's kind of North Manchester, so it's away from where all the students are. So it's a trek to get there. The buses don't go there; you have to walk.
Special.
Yeah, it's special. You go in
unique.
this dodgy place, but it's basically this converted warehouse, which they've done as the sketchiest place in the world. There's like graffiti on the walls. You know when you walk into a loo in a club and it's all misty in there, and you know what that mist is. It's like that.
Yeah.
Just everywhere. Well, it's a good vibe. And then randomly, you've got 2 main rooms, or 3, I don't know. I think it's 2. And then they're both upstairs. One's upstairs, one's in the basement. And then they meet in the middle floor. There's just a random room with sofas. Like 3
you
or
say
4
something
sofas.
like that, right?
You just chill
I've
there.
not experienced a club that weird myself.
Yeah.
But one of my mates from uni, where he lives, like his home, they have a club, listen to this, on a retail park. So it's
Really?
next to, like, say, Sports Direct or something.
Really?
And you
Or like
literally have to
GFS.
walk through, like, you know, if you're going into a shopping centre, you walk through these doors, they open up.
Yeah.
There's a club inside of one of those. What's that all
crazy.
about?
Damn.
What?
I love that. That'd be
It's
awesome.
Just, no, imagine it though, because all these retail parks are situated away from the town or city.
Yeah.
So, like, how are you getting there? You have to get a taxi every single time to go to this one isolated place to go through these, like,
What?
a
Go to
shopping
Home
centre.
Bargains on the way or something like
you're
that.
walking by, you're like, oh, Poundland.
Pick
oh,
up a
nice.
sofa.
DFS.
Always on sale.
PC World, you know.
No, if you want a sofa, you just have to ask Tommy.
That'd be sick. Is it the shop which owns the club then? And they just decided to...
I don't know. I don't. That's all he's told me. I thought it was a bit weird.
Yeah.
Sounds incredible.
I'm not sure how that would go for a night out. You know, 1 second you're in the club, next second you're in DFS.
DFS.
Yeah.
That'd be...
Touchdown
No,
on
because you
sofa.
could just lie down, couldn't you?
Well, if you stayed, the club opened till like 6 or 7, I'm sure you could stay there in time.
Imagine if IKEA did clubs inside.
Oh, that would be incredible.
I'm not sure how that would work. You'd have, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
So,
It would get wrecked,
Maybe by the
100%.
beds.
No, the beds would be cordoned off you on sofas.
But at the end of my hypothetical night out, I would just say Ziza pizza or like University kebab. Get either a pizza or kebab and just head home.
Do you have a brief summary of a Northampton one?
A Northampton one.
Just hit the names.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. Longbuckby Football Club.
Yeah.
Train.
Yeah.
spoons.
Train is there's a place
Train.
to be.
It's drinking on the train, I suppose, if you've brought drinks with you.
And I ran down with a pint.
You ran down with a pint and
I've
drank
heard
the
this
pint on the
story.
train.
I wasn't there in
Because
person.
we were
but-
told the last train was 5 minutes, and you know there's a hill from like the football club to the train station. You have to run down the hill.
Yeah.
It is about a 5-minute run to get
Yeah.
there. We got there just
Yeah.
as the doors were closing.
Not all of us made it. One of us didn't make it. Liam, was it Liam?
Yeah,
I think it
Liam was
was,
just
yeah.
he was still
30
ordering a
seconds
pint, and he
behind
was like,
us.
"No, I'll be there in a minute." And then he walked down, and as the train was pulling off, we just waved.
Like
at him.
the doors closed and he
Fair,
got to the
he
door.
did well to make it there
Yeah.
just for you to go off.
Yeah.
He took it out the bar.
But you
ordering a pint.
literally asked for a plastic cup.
You
Just-
did,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was just like,
Yeah.
fill it up, and I ran with the Stella, and I lost half of it. And then when I got in the train, it was
You
like,
made
yeah,
it.
Was it
Yeah.
worth it?
it was
That
definitely
was
worth
incredible.
it. 100%.
Yeah,
So-
so yeah, from then spoons to NBs and revs or whatever, and then
Grillers, the
grillers,
kebab shop,
and then taxi.
home.
Yeah, I feel like you need variety. You need to experience.
But we don't live in Northampton, that's the
next night
issue.
out that there is.
You manage
turn,
it.
Turn it into a bit of a pub crawl, but
I
then
would
with
be
the
down
clubs
for
at the
that,
end.
yeah.
Because me with my two unnamed people, we've travelled Northampton. We've done the ins and outs of all the different places. We
Yeah.
found out
We've
what's
been to like
decent.
Billing and
Billing.
Billing?
Billing.
No, Billing's a bit far out.
I wouldn't
but,
go for Billy.
Billing for the sewers. No, but we've been to different pubs. There's been ones where there's live performances there. You know, you just gotta
Yeah.
look around
No, we went to a pub with a live performance, and we sat outside
in town.
because we were drinking our own drinks. So we
Oh,
didn't
God,
want to.
yeah.
Be,
We had a water bottle
I
full
asked
of
for
vodka
just
or something
lemonade
like
in the
that,
thing, 'cause we just had vodka, and they were like, "Do you want anything with that?" I was like, "No, we're sitting outside," and they're like, "We know you're drinking outside." I was like, "Can I still have it?"
They can't really accuse you of anything though.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, if you're outside, then you know it's
You
fair
get
game,
those.
isn't it?
There's always you've got to do that once in your life. You know.
Yeah.
What?
You got.
Bring drinks into a pub that you're not allowed, Tommy.
Yeah, I think he's got a little bit of experience with that
Matt,
one.
what is your hypothetical dream night out?
Can I not use Northampton?
You
I
can
like
do both.
Northampton.
Do-
I
do
like.
Stay wherever, yeah.
Okay, I'll start with
Unless it doesn't
Manchester.
vary from.
Start with Manchester. So it normally happens either with. It can happen either when I'm walking back from uni and I'm just messaging my house and we're like, "Oh, should we do something tonight?" So nothing's planned. It's
No, I like
always
that.
spontaneous.
They're,
Yeah.
they're usually better.
So it's either a house we message and then we just go to a pub and more people meet up,
Yeah.
or it's with rowing. We're all like after a session, "Oh, do you want to just go to a pub tonight?" And we're like, "Yeah."
it happens
Yeah,
like that. Though.
We're
It
just
does.
like, yeah.
It does.
So it normally is a group of people go to a pub and then we start messaging more people to join us in the pub or whatever. This has normally happened with rowing more than my house because my house takes a bit more organising. But so we're in the pub and it just sort of happens that, oh, let's go to a different pub as more people join, or we'll meet people in another pub.
Yeah.
And then we go to another pub and meet more people. And then we're like, wait, shall we go to 256 or shall we go to like this club which is like where all the people live? So we go to that club and we just go there and then we go and get a kebab. Not Al Zane's because Al Zane's is far. I normally go to Al Zane's with my house. We
Yeah.
go to Kedge's with rowing. And then we go to someone's for afters and just chill there.
The after party.
It's a simple night, but it's the fact that it's spontaneous, which is what I like.
Yeah,
It's you're
fair
not
enough.
expecting. You wake up that day thinking I'm going to have a good night's sleep, and you don't. Kind of thing. That's
Your
what
body hates it, but your mind loves
Yeah,
it.
it's worse when it's like 3 days in a row. That's the limit, I think, for going out. 3 days. I've done 4 days and it was horrible.
I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever done more than
Oh,
two.
me
In a row.
and unnamed guy number one.
Oh my god.
We have a little names for the amount of days that you go out. So you start one night out is Uno Mars, right? Because
Yeah.
Uno, Spanish one.
Yeah, we get
Yeah.
it.
Then you do the Michael Dublé,
Yeah,
Michael
Bublé,
Bublé.
Bublé.
yeah.
Well,
And then because you do 3 nights out, you get to choose what you want. It's either a Triance or a Triana. So you get to choose. We haven't come up with number 4 yet. But you know, it's just,
Quad.
Four is just
quad. Could
so it's
be-
Uno Mars, Duo,
no, it's
Do you know? Wait,
Michael Dublé.
Michael
Bublé.
Bublé.
What sounds like quad? Quad.
Oh, I don't know. You're gonna have to do a bit of homework.
Yeah.
Lewis Quadralpi.
try again.
Doesn't
try
quite
again.
work.
It's rough.
Yeah, you listen to Lewis Capaldi
Yeah.
on a night out.
So what did you say? 4 is the most you've done, or 3?
Yeah, 4.
4.
I don't think
Three
four's
is mine.
appealing.
Yeah.
No, it's not. I mean, you get to 3 and you're like, this is the limit, and then 4 is just kind of, it happens.
Are they full blown nights out, or they?
Yeah,
just,
like going out to clubs.
Well,
That
so I
was
suppose
first
if
year,
you
I
think
think.
about Freshers Week, I think I went out every single night in Freshers Week.
Damn.
We drank every
So
night,
that
but
would
we
be-
did one off, one on.
I had
clubbing.
9 a.m. lectures in Freshers Week.
That is tough.
Yeah.
No, but I always find, like you said, when your perfect night out, I always find that the spontaneous ones are quite good.
100%, because like you can look forward to a night out and it's great, but I've always
think
found it
you build
never
you
lives
build
up
it
to
up.
expectations.
You build up in your
does
head,
it?
don't you?
Yeah.
It gets too
So a
hyped.
spontaneous one is like, oh, there's a vibe, but it's just
I've
there.
had
We're gonna
one
take advantage
here,
of.
not even when I've met up with people. I was sitting there, all ready for bed, right, watching the cricket. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just set the mood. It's quite a peaceful mood. I've got a cup of tea. I'm watching the cricket.
Watching the cricket.
I get a text from you know who it's from,
What,
obviously.
person number one? Unnamed
Yeah.
person.
And then
one.
person number one.
And they say, "Do you want to go out?" And I sit there, and I don't take much persuading. I'm looking at my phone. 10 seconds later, I'm like, "Okay,
Go on
when
then,
are we
yeah.
going out, or where are we meeting?" And that's it. I run upstairs. I think I had a shower, got dressed, and I was out.
And you're out.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to do. You can't do that in a village. It's so annoying.
Yeah, that is the
I
thing.
am
with
lucky
villages.
in
Yeah.
that sense. to
Yeah,
do
you
that.
you can't just go somewhere.
I mean,
You've got to plan it in advance.
I can literally walk
Bless you. Thanks.
to Barrett's Club. The walk from Kingsthorpe to town is
But then
what,
yeah.
half an hour.
But you split it
Just
up
stop
on the
off
way
on
as
the
well,
way.
don't you?
Polar
Yeah.
shop.
Yeah, so you break it up in 10 minutes. Like, you go Barrett's, another 10 minutes, the Polish shop, another 10 minutes, bang, you're in town.
You're in
That's
town.
pretty cool. That is. Yeah.
No trains, no running with pints.
That's
Luke, what is your hypothetical?
I mean,
ultimate night out?
we've discussed Northampton already.
I feel
so-
like us four, excluding Joe, have had a very similar Northampton night out.
Well, we all go
Well, yeah, we all,
Yeah, 'cause
we
all
all
of
go
our
together.
Northampton nights
Yeah.
out are the
Have
same
you
night
not
out, yeah.
spiced up a little bit, or do you just keep...
No,
Turtle
naturally
Road
it
the whole
spices
time.
up a bit.
So,
Yeah.
so for me, my typical one at uni is preeing at mine, then going to a mate's house. Normally, sometimes on campus, sometimes in the near the local in the town. Go to a mate's house and have prees there. But what normally tends to happen is I will bring a plastic bottle of vodka,
Yeah.
and then leave that at their house. So next time I know I have something there and I don't need to.
Oh,
do that.
do you not measure it out? Because I
This
always,
guy's
when
done
I
his
bring it...
weekly shopping to the other guy's house. So
No, because I measure out how much I'm going to drink and put only that much alcohol if
That's
I'm taking
probably
vodka
smart,
somewhere
yeah.
in a bottle.
If I'm going to somewhere that I wouldn't normally go to, I'll do that. But if not, I'll just keep some there.
Yeah.
But then we go. Normally we go to Revs first, or maybe Kiln first, and then we go to Foyer, and then Foyer closes at 2:00ish. Sometimes we try and see if there's some places are open after there, but usually they're not. So we normally will either go. We normally go up the road and try and go to Frango's or Red Rooster and get some food there because they're still open. If not, we
Yeah.
can't. If they're not open or we
Say
just
that,
can't be
but at
bothered.
a ball, that's sick. Having a three-quarter. Especially when you don't remember what you've eaten, but you're like, I'm full up, I'm happy.
So if they're closed or we just can't be bothered to go that far, we normally go back to a mate's house and then put some hash browns or something or pizza into the
Classic
fridge.
hash browns. What about the garlic bread?
Into the not fridge,
garlic bread,
into the
yes.
oven.
Have you ever done it where you're literally sitting next to the oven whilst you're waiting for your garlic bread to
You did like Callum's once.
Oh my god!
Went to the co-op and bought garlic bread.
Yeah.
You didn't watch it.
I
You
really
just-
sitting
crave
there
garlic
watching it
bread.
cook.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was incredible.
Yeah.
Thing is, what me and Anna do is we have big house parties and we'll buy we'll be like, okay, because we're hosting it, we'll buy a ton of snacks for everyone. So we'll buy when you go to Morrison's or Asda or whatever, and you get like the party food, and you get spring rolls, you get hash browns
Yeah.
and chili cheese
Yeah.
bites. We'll get 4 or 5 boxes of them. We'll put them all in the oven, and then we'll take them out. We'll do them in the middle of the party. And then we'll look out and we'll just eat them by ourselves. We'll just not tell anyone else about them.
You've
You'd be the
supplied
worst
them,
hosts,
but you've not promoted
ever.
them.
Literally.
Yeah,
And then
you put
Yeah.
them somewhere in
Anybody
a
else, you're
hidden
like-
cupboard that only you know
We'll
about.
Good
eat the
tactic.
whole 4 boxes or whatever before anyone else has
People
had
are
a
like,
chance
where are you getting
to
those
touch
from?
them.
Yeah, no, I'll put them out. You know, like,
Oh, I just had the last one
Yeah, literally.
from
That
the
is
table,
exactly
not my
what
secret
happened.
Could have
supply.
taken it if you want, but
Just
unfortunately.
didn't. You're just too slow. You missed out.
you should have known they'd be in my wardrobe in my bedroom.
I gave so many hints to you and nothing.
And you thought they'd be on the table.
Nah, we had made you look for them. Put some work in. So then we normally get back, but the last time that we went there, they may have been tipsy, but they thought that the kitchen was starting to smell like gas, so we had to go in and check, and there wasn't any gas, turns out. But
An electric oven.
so they tried something there, and then either it will be a taxi back, and normally it works that you can drop somebody off and then get back to yours, or they'll say, oh, so and so isn't in tonight, and or so and so is at their girlfriend's house or something, and you can use their bed there, they'll be cool with it. Or they'll just say, oh, just sleep on the couch.
Yeah.
Or we just head back to yours, yeah. But yeah, that's my normal night out.
Normal is your ideal. Is that the
Well,
same?
yeah.
Is that the same thing?
I mean, I said this.
Your average. That's pretty good. That your average night out is always your perfect night out.
I said this rather early on. I think that people make a night out, not necessarily where you
I
go.
completely agree with that. Yeah.
So
You need to-
So Matt, you wanted to brush over Northampton night out. Is it because
It's
you
because to be
prefer?
fair, I think we all get the same. Well,
I know it's the
yeah.
same experience, but
Well, do you want my ideal or my
no. I want to
normal?
know. Do you not like Northampton nights out?
No,
or
I do.
Okay.
I like.
No, I
Northampton
brushed
nights
over
out.
it because I was like,
Yeah, they might be over.
Because we've essentially between us we've all gone through what a night out in Northampton is for us.
Yeah.
what I want to next do in Northampton is do almost what you do, but still start at the football club, but early.
I mean, you could start.
Yeah,
at the
why don't
no,
we
but
go? Next time we'll go
I mean,
to yours.
start at the football club at 4, 5. Yeah,
This guy.
and then. This
Where
is separate
are
to the
you
Welly
eating?
Road thing. Where are we eating?
Yeah.
Well, we take a train to Northampton
go
and
to
decide
Barrett's,
there.
or-
Yeah, and then meet you at
or
Barrett's or
good food
something.
at the
But the
Barrett's.
issue is, if we take a train, then we have to walk from town centre
to Barrett's.
to Kingsthorpe.
Yeah, but
and then back down.
But then you get the Polish corner shop.
Twice. You get it twice if
You
you
get
walk
it
in there
twice
and
if
back.
you want it. I wouldn't recommend it, but you do get it twice.
Those sausages from yeah, that would be decent. But I want to go to Barrett's. There seems like a vibe there. You always send pictures when we're on a night out. We're like, oh, we're in Barrett's, and Snapchat. I'm like,
Barrett's,
cool.
I'll say it's very pricey.
Is it?
You're paying £4 something for a pint.
Oh damn.
But there's pool tables, there's snooker tables, there's dartboards, there's table tennis.
Okay.
Bang
Okay.
a pound a pint night. You know, I get a pint for a pound.
It's the football's done on the big screens. They've got like 400
That's
TVs.
Long-Butley Football Club.
400 TVs.
I've been to
What?
Long Butley Football Club. You know, I'd say Barrett's is slightly better, but
No, because the
George is
thing.
gonna come after you now.
no. I do like it.
There's a vibe in the football club.
Yeah,
Definitely.
no, I
is,
feel that.
I was there the other day. It's a good vibe, that.
Are you there the other day?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Of course I
It's a
was.
good vibe, you know.
I haven't been there in ages.
It's sound. It's
I've
sound.
been there, I think, once.
I think I've been there 3 times.
I went to see an
once.
England game. Yeah.
Oh, the football club.
Yeah, it was actually quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was in the World Cup 2018 summer.
Mm.
Last
Good
exam
summer.
had
One of the
been-
best summers.
2018 summer. Wow.
That was quality
I think
summer.
Pokemon Go summer was the best one.
2016.
Oh,
Oh, God.
2016, that early.
That was 2016 Pokemon Go.
I don't think I was on the train. I feel like I came late.
Over my head.
I did appear, but I think I did arrive late on the thing.
Mm.
Yeah. Because I remember, if it's
'Cause we were on-
2016 summer, that's after GCSEs.
Because we were on NCS then, and one of our mates, for some reason, her dad had a US iTunes account. So she signed into our accounts like 2 or 3 days before the app got announced released in the UK,
Oh, 'cause-
and
yeah,
we
yeah,
downloaded it,
Yeah. I remember everybody was doing that.
and we
So does that mean
used
you
it
found all
around
of the
campus.
Pokemons before everyone?
So basically, you cheated.
Yeah.
No,
can you just
we
swoop
didn't
up,
cheat because we
can you
didn't
just
break the
swoop up
rules.
all of
We
the
just-
Pokemons and then the
Scoop
next
up
person
all the
gets it? It's like, oh, there's nothing here. Is that how it works?
Did you know there's a Pokemon Go Northampton
We've been
group?
forced
Is there
to
actually?
labour.
Yeah, there's a Northampton group for Pokemon Go. I don't know how I've seen it. It's on Facebook.
Got a
And
sad
people
little
literally
life, Jimmy.
post like a picture of either like a base or whatever you have to attack,
Yeah.
or their Pokemon. They're like, oh, I've just found this.
Oh my god.
Charizard.
It's something like that. 2,000 HP or whatever it is.
You're all nerds for playing
I
Pokemon Go.
played it briefly, but I'll say it's been 3 years probably since I've played it. It's still on my phone.
I still got it.
I'll give it a go now. Have a look.
I played it for about
See
a
what's
week or two
available.
when it first came out, and then I got so bored of it so quick.
We played it together once. I remember we went for a walk with Monty and we caught a horsey or something. That's all we did.
Probably,
We
yeah.
got like one in like.
be fair,
Oh,
it
you
was
were all
good, it
going
was
on
good.
Pokemon
Yeah.
Go.
It's just
Oh my
tune in.
goodness.
Oh, okay. I think this may be time to start wrapping up the podcast.
This is
No,
where-
I'm signed out. I can't bother.
Oh, I've got a friend request.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, okay. Right, I would like to thank our special guest
No, I'll
today
put it away
for
later.
coming. They've been absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, thanks Joe. Thanks
thanks.
Tommy for
Thanks for having
appearing.
us.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Giving your
Pepe. Thank
opinions.
you, Tommy.
No worries.
It's been a good catch up.
Yeah, I'm still calling you that.
Been lovely.
That's been.
You are
around
saved as
since,
Pepe Joe
year,
Staunton.
year 8, year 9.
We know it's year 11 because our Spanish teacher accidentally called you Pepe.
I thought it was earlier than that.
You
No, maybe it is
accidentally
year
called
11.
someone-
I thought it was
She
just
accidentally called you Pepe,
you.
and then I was sitting next to you at the time, so I was like, yeah, that's
It's something that you're
that's
just
staying.
going to milk it.
Just a bit, yeah.
No, but we hope you've enjoyed it. Also, for the listeners, if you're on Twitter or Instagram, remember to follow us on Instagram at official ChinWag and on Twitter at ChinWag Podcast. It's been your regular hosts, me, Matt.
Me, Tom,
Me, Luke.
and our special guests.
Joe.
And me, Tommy.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
Thank you.
congratulations
And,
if you got this far into a 2-hour podcast.
We just like talking.
Yeah.
That's just how it
Good
goes.
catch
No,
up.
I like this longer format. I think it works better.
Maybe we
Get
should
more
make
into
it 4 hours.
4
Is it-
hours.
Oh,
Coming
I'm
back in,
guessing.
guys.
No, it's
Yeah.
it's an hour and a half almost. But yeah, thank you for tuning in, and we hope to not see you, but we hope to entertain you
Bye.
next time.
See you
Bye bye.
later. Bye bye.